There we go.
Someone's trolling here, someone's trolling there. Yeah, but we'll just talk about it.
Has that added conflict been good for you? Because you've talked about it before. I'm pretty sure it was like a Cloud City an interview that you talked about, like the added conflict. Because it feels like there's a lot more competition now. FlyQuest has been playing better. A lot of people even said, passing by, that they expected them to win here. But talk about that added conflict within the team, being able to address each other in scrims.
I don't know if conflict is the best word. It's just everyone's passionate.
Yes.
Like everyone's just passionate, obviously, with what they do. Like we all put literally our lives into what we're doing right now. So it's not even just like, I'm upset at you, I'm gonna yell at you. It's like, I think this so strongly.
Yeah.
And I want to defend this point, and then, you know, Blabber will think the counterpoint so strongly.
Okay, let me get everything. Sorry, I'm not gonna be checking chat for a few minutes here, just so I can get everything loaded up.
Like, sometimes conversations don't go how you want. Like, sometimes I'm a bit butthurt, sometimes I think others are a bit butthurt.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the nature of what we're doing. Like, we're striving for perfection.
Yes.
Thanks, man. I'll think about it. Personally, I think I had a really good series.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
Then
for this game.
So yeah, I'd imagine this game's fun.
You were the previous game.
Yeah, I'd imagine game 2, it was me, and then, to be honest, I don't know from game 1. I don't know.
Ben had the 30th most damage per minute in LCS history, but that was like a constant back and forth scrapping.
Yeah, it was just a bloodbath between us two this series. I remember I was looking at my DPM. I was like
on TikTok.
1,000 DPM my Annie game. I was like 1,000 something my Victor game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I imagine it's pretty low this game because I'm TF, but it was probably not too low because we're also still fighting a lot.
True.
There was one team fight where your Victor bar was just like taking over the screen.
Sorry, I promise I'll be ready here in like
they were
a
trying
minute.
To get on Sven, and then you were just murdering them. But that's it for now. APA is going to be sticking around with us to help cover his old team, Team Liquid, now Alienware.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted.
We're going to go up against LYON Gaming in our second match.
Yeah. Also, Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
True. Happy Mother's Day.
Guys,
Shout out to Stacy.
Yeah, Nexus was useless. Nexus, guys, though? What about Nexus? Yeah, Nexus. Take serious, take serious. Take serious, take serious, take serious, take serious! W! Nice, guys. Oh, we came back after losing the first game of the series, no? Is that crazy? Wow. Woo!
TLAW versus that. Okay.
The human body was built to move.
That's
Not
good.
trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12 hours a day. It's time your chair evolved. This is Secret Lab Titan Evo. Ergonomically engineered for you, gamers, hybrid workers, artists, backing your every move.
Hello?
Whoa. Mama Gorgon 85 lives here?
Yep, that's my mom.
The absolute legend who went from gaming on her phone to ruthless online streaming slayer with no mercy for any living thing is your mom?
Hey guys. Apples with peanut butter?
How is this possible?
With AT&T
Sorry, I'll be ready here in 2
Okay,
seconds.
text me if you need anything.
Just
Level up your
getting the
connection
final
with AT&T
things
wireless and home internet, now available across the
put
nation.
out.
No, she's so nice in real life.
There's that.
ground before Dove can even get there. In time to try to knock out as Impact gets bursted.
Don't feed. Get fed. Scan the QR code for deals only on Uber Eats.
Alright, let's tweet it out.
Not much longer now, and I will also take to the skies.
Me too.
You? No, you will always be a worm.
Just wait and see.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to put down a fucking lion. Alright? We already have C9 waiting for us in the undefeated matchup next week. We beat Castle's ass last week. We do it again today. I just got done watching the Knicks put the Phillies in the fucking ground. And we're about to do the goddamn same right now. What the fuck is an inspired to a Jose Dioto MVP run? First we take care of this, then we beat the fuck out of C9. Let's put down a LYON. Let's put down a goddamn LYON, baby. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Y'all can think this is going to be close. That's fine. I understand it. I am not hoping that it's close. Nixon 4, TL in 2. Nixon 4, TL in 2. That's what we're going with today. Oh, man. Also, why did Masu pick Jin? Why? Dear God. Like, dear God. They could have made this just a little bit easier. All right, come on, boys. Here we go. Clear this out.
Welcome back to the LCS. APA joining us to preview LYON versus Team Liquid. The two teams chasing you, really, for the top spot. LYON actually can't catch you. LYON can't catch you anymore.
Chasing us, Team Liquid? Because they're 5-0. I guess we're 6-0. So
Yeah.
I guess
They are chasing.
But they haven't played or won yet. So
yeah. LYON can't directly beat you though anymore. But what do you think about the LYON roster changes? This is the biggest news that we had this week, which is shocking to me that they get Castle from DSG, but then they just start Dokla anyway. I'm personally a little flabbergasted.
Well, I'm higher on Dokla.
What's the modern rules if C9, TL, and LYON are 6-1? It's head-to-head, but if it's a three-way tie, I'm pretty sure it's game score.
I don't know if he knows how to win the game. I think also inspired.
They're starting Dokla?
Maybe Dokla's better at tanks, Castle's better at carries, something like that.
Refresh. Refresh.
We heard
Refresh.
something kind of
Refresh.
interesting from Cryra yesterday when he was comparing
I'm
Castle
not
and
quite
Surgery.
sure what
But
happened
one
there.
thing he said about
YouTube is going to be
Castle
fine.
is
Twitch
that
went down temporarily.
He thinks sometimes Castle gives too much and isn't, like, if you tell him something, he'll just be like, okay. And he'll pretty much say yes to everything.
We are hardwired, so I don't know what's going on. Prediction for the series, 2-0.
You feel like he doesn't necessarily know how to win games.
2-0 TL.
Responding to his teammates, or that sounds like
Nixon
it could
4,
work
TL and
on
2.
an inspired-led team.
It's more so just like he's never played on a
Thoughts
team
about C9's win?
good enough to learn the game.
I think APA, like, I get it was ugly, and he wants to be hard on it because obviously he wants perfection. But I thought it was a very entertaining series, other than Game 3. In Game 3, I think it was just determined in draft that you pick the Jin early, and then you lose Prio and bot lane, and it just bleeds everywhere else. So, second I saw the Jin pick, like, it was just like,
Yeah.
that shit was cooked, in my opinion.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
He's just
That
been
makes
on
sense.
the low teams for ever.
And it's an interesting dynamic because a lot of the times when there's a roster change, usually it either comes from the coaching staff, from the players. Rigby, the assistant coach for LYON, actually did an NAMN interview where he does mention where it was like he was surprised that.
Have I talked about the Fly C9 series because they're both teams should be embarrassed?
From my point of view, I was low-key opposed to the change.
It was an entertaining series. I don't care about anything beyond that.
I've never heard like a coach coming out and being able to say this, and more so just saying like he didn't really view, similar to your point.
Maybe
like,
for me is they're playing themselves in positions, plus trying new champs, so you're happy. I mean, that's fine.
Like, what's your?
I'm glad you're happy with it. The thing that I'm a little bit worried about is that
you think, like, it sounds like
the blabber overextensions showing up in the regular season already, I think are a really worrying sign for, like, genuinely, not even just banter, genuinely, a worrying sign of what's to come and what I think is going to be a very closely contested playoffs. I think when you get to a best of 5 and things get a little bit later and Blabber feels that pressure and tunnel visions a little bit, I think it's going to be a bigger problem later, and that's showing its signs now. However, overall, yes, I do agree that I think what C9 is doing in terms of experimenting, trying to play a little bit different than they normally do, even though I still think the bot lane picks have been very standard. The Senna Seraphine, I think, was like a really interesting comp that I'm glad they tried. But
when I heard this, to Team Liquid, I was thinking LYON was going to win this series because of what Castle did to Morgan last week, and add that to LYON, I thought maybe they'd be able to make it work, even if it was quick. But to that point, all of us are actually going Team Liquid.
Hey, APA, you have Team Liquid? The thought process behind that?
Well, see, I particularly don't care who wins or loses, because I think we can beat anyone right now.
Could you just say that you care for 1 minute, please?
Liquid win, maintain their solid 6-0. And I told Core, it'd be nice to meet when we're 6-0 and like the better team wins. So it actually matters, because if they lose, I'm not sure how it really works within the bracket.
Yeah.
Or like maybe we can 1-2 them and still be first, or some weird thing happens. I'm not totally sure.
Yeah.
So it would just be nice if both teams are 6-0 and we go into next week and it's super hyped. Like first
Who except for Jose, obviously, or Kura.
Yeah.
This might be a very controversial take. I don't know if it is or not. For me, it is Jose Dioto, Inspired, and Vulcan.
So that's why I want Team Liquid to win. But I personally,
I think those are the 3. I think they're the only 3 that are in consideration in my mind.
We're invested into this Team Liquid vs. LYON series. Casters, take it away.
I think everybody else is like some people make an argument for Thanatos. I disagree. On the LYON side, I think Berserker maybe, but I just think what Inspired does that can't be shown in stat lines in terms of directing this team is insane. Like, you can't put a stat on what Inspired does for LYON other than just looking at how good they are and knowing that he's like pulling them through that.
I'm glad that APA is thinking of the storylines.
But Vulcan has been fantastic all split. He is the best support in the region right now. It's not even close. It's not contested. And then it's from there, Jose Dioto and Inspired. Like, this legitimately is an MVP watch, MVP caliber series right now. That is very, very important.
Before the trade deadline, and then still playing big dokes.
Yeah. I mean, it is a little bit surprising.
Inspired SB. Yeah, as of right now, he is the bottom of those 3. If I'm putting it in order, it's 1 Jose Dioto, 2 Vulcan, 3 Inspired. And I think there's a very good argument for Vulcan over Jose Dioto as well.
And you already know when you are going to be matching up in a series like this directly against each other towards the end of the split, that is going to change people's hearts and minds on who is the better jungler this split.
All right, Orianna banned.
Already know that there's much
the Respect Lee Sin ban out of LYON already. Awesome.
And having it be the head-to-head only makes it that much more intense. Triple ban against Jose,
awesome.
like you're
I
saying,
love that the pick is like that good already for us that they're getting out. Triple banning Jose Dioto is respect.
Much more standard, just high-power tier list bans with the Varus, Bard, and Orianna banned out by TL.
Yeah, and it of course is going to mean that you have
if Dokla gets gapped in game 1, he's not playing game 2.
So,
like,
generally, even
let's be
with
very
the nerfs
clear.
To Karma, the Ezreal Karma still has had so much success versus the Ashe Seraphine. It's one of the main lanes that has had that success, and so LYON say, fine, you know what?
They're going to go Karma, Ezreal, we're going Ashe Seraphine. We did notably lose with the Ashe Seraphine comp last week.
The Karma preemptively, expecting that you Ashe Seraphine. But literally, we had Spawn.
Or no, week prior. Last week we 2-0.
It was like Ashe Seraphine, Ornn, and Yone, and he was like, yeah, they gave us 4 out of 5 of our best champions. We didn't even have to do much. So TL very confident in this and very, very confident in piloting these style comps.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really exciting, and I feel like a lot of the talk has been about Berserker and Isles being the best bot lane in the league.
Jarvan? I'm fine with that. I don't like Jarvan in terms of our comp, and I think it
but I feel like this last couple weeks he
arguably works fine for us. Smolder would be interesting, but no. Okay.
current best in the league right now.
Xin Zhao is open. I think that's like just a given.
With that
Yep.
top level competition,
Just lock it in.
It will go. Jarvan obviously makes a lot of sense for Inspired. You have 2 low mobility carries down to that bot lane. Generally, you see, either Pantheon or Jarvan or something.
2 bands that I want to see here. I want to see Aurora band and I want to see Rumble band. Do not let Dokla get comfort, especially with Jarvan. I think it pairs with it very, very well. And the Aurora plays a very high tempo that pairs well with the Ezreal Jarvan. I think you get rid of those 2 bands and I'm fine with it.
Their flashes, so we'll see how dive and attack oriented.
Get rid of Rumble, get rid of Aurora.
Since Ezreal Karma is long range and is poke, you can go a couple ways with it.
And despite those 3 bans against Jose Dioto here in the first half of the draft, he's still going to find a very powerful pick for himself in the Xin Zhao. It's not like you can take everything from the top of the table off in game number 1, so they wanted to eliminate the signature pick alongside the 2 big long-range junglers to help the bottom lane. But still, getting the Xin, Jose will be happy with.
Yeah, I mean, it's been one of his best
you got to take your pick here.
As well. He's performed,
I do think since Lion has first pick here, or no,
they
have second pick,
because
is
perfect with Seraphine.
We'll have first pick
can buy time. You
in
can
this
always
round.
get into a good position for Seraphine to bounce hurl off your head and get the extra range.
Whichever one you don't ban out of Aurora, Akali is probably going to get picked.
As you said, Flowers definitely not too unhappy with all the jungle-focused bans.
Yeah, not going to be unhappy about that at all. But
at least on their side. I don't know who we do. We blind top? Do you blind like the Ornn or Sion or chat mentioned the Yorick? Fine with that as well. Okay, Gwen. Interesting. Okay, so they just say fuck it.
You are pushing him down the table quite a bit. And it's an interesting. Strategy.
Let Saint pick whatever he wants.
Jose
okay.
Really is standout on these top picks and maybe a little bit weaker on the bottom ones, then maybe that's something you can exploit going into a game 2 or a potential game 3.
And as we're looking at the second half of the bans come through here, solo lane's the name of the game for both sides, since we still need top laners and mid laners for both teams.
Sion ban. I'm fine with that. Honestly, like go Bruiser.
Team Liquid going to ban out 2 of the powerful AP carry top laners specifically. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. It means you want to play something.
I think you can blind pick your tank though here.
On the other side, they ban Ryze as well as one of the signature meatballs of League of Legends in the Sion.
Yeah, and as we said, a couple of times they have played the Ornn to slot in here for Morgan.
Yeah, Ornn is like the first choice.
And like when you have Yorick and the Seraphine and some sort of top lane tank with another form of engage, your team fights are just so simplistic.
We ever gonna pick?
It's very easy, and then you just need some burst damage.
Oh,
so there you go.
That's
Quick.
interesting.
And,
okay, we picked the Aurora.
Some pretty big
are they gonna go the Akali?
Opportunities as well.
Of course, Morgan doesn't want to just blind Ornn with Dokla being over on the other side. Could be a Vayne answer. Could be, a number of these different counter picks that Dokla is willing to go into. So that's why they're throwing out the Aurora, which could have
no way you go Twisted Fate, right?
Exactly. Keep it. Keep
that feels weird.
Little flex pick goes a long way.
All right, fine.
I don't believe him. I think Morgan's playing a tank.
Fine.
Engage.
Isles is yawning at it
that
too.
Could be mid, could be top.
Not fooling him. All right. So with the Twisted Fate, this is another tool that you can use to get summoner spells off of Ashe Seraphine.
This feels like a Dokla pick, if I'm being honest.
The Jarvan, you can punish low mobility carries for the bottom lane. Same thing with mid picks. And Twisted Fate.
Oh, they can flex it either way with Jace.
Early stages.
Okay, interesting.
When you pick Twisted Fate as well, you want to carry top laner so you can keep him guessing whether you're going bottom lane or going top lane and have your choice.
I don't know if they would do it. I mean, some of the responses.
I like a bruiser here. I don't think you need a massive tank, but just some sort of bruiser frontline.
Gold card. But I also think Malphite goes pretty hard in a comp like this. Gragas is much safer if they want to go that option, but I feel like Malphite is such a good matchup into Jace. You have a low mobility mid laner and top laner. Instead, it is going to be Gragas.
This
is a
matchup
we've seen come out a couple times in the last week.
Very fine with that.
Comic Gragas, and it's an okay answer into a lot of these ranged matchups, such as the Jace. And if your jungler gets up there, you have great gank assist. You can punish champions like the Jace, like the TF, like the Karma. Of course, Ezreal has the ability to potentially buffer the shift on your body slam.
Overall draft-wise, I think it's fine.
Between the Ashe
I like our.
Yeah,
we got.
I don't know. I like the Lion side.
We got Gragas. We got Aurora.
You have pushing lanes for both top and bottom, so you can keep.
Bot lane's pretty stock standard. Jose Dioto on Xin Zhao, which is a power pick for him.
And Twisted Fate. The question
I think Lion's comp very much relies on getting ahead.
Kills, you give up momentum and gold in the game.
We get to 30 minutes, and as long as we're not, more than 4K down, we win this with these.
If was playing, I would actually believe in this comp more. I just don't see Dokla as a dominant Jace player. His laning phase has
It is all on Saint and Dokla to really push this hard. I mean, technically bot lane could too. You could see Ezreal Karma really step on the gas, but
So I'll be interested to see if he can prove me wrong in this one.
Exactly. This is his day to prove everyone wrong. You know, they just signed
Yo,
Castle.
we have the lone
trade
sponsor.
deadline.
We have like just
and yet
Alienware.
He is still starting here. Dokla is still standing. So there's a lot of extra.
All right, here we go.
pressure
Putting the gamble out
on
for
this
game one.
match. Makes it even more hype. He has a lot to prove.
This LYON comp to me, boys, looks like an
TLAW.
FF20 comp.
You got
one way
20
or
minutes.
the other. You either dominate your lane,
or you got 2
slam
minutes
the enemy
to get your
team,
predictions
and they
in
just
over
wanna get out
on
and go
Switch chat for the
next,
Gamba.
Or it doesn't work out. You lose those early kills like you're talking about, and then all of a sudden, what do you do against this team fighting?
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting. Obviously, you know, when you think of TF, you think of playing to those side lanes, but you also do have some really strong poke. And once you're on a couple items and you have a
YouTube
rapid
chat,
fire,
I'll
you
have your
walk
poll
forward,
going
you
here in a
gold
second.
Anyone, they get hit by True Shot Barrage, by a Mystic Shot, they get hit by a Shock Blast. There's a lot of follow-up on that to poke people down. Also, worth noting, Morgan is
LYON?
playing Grasp, which surprises
Barrier?
me quite a bit
Already?
in this
What?
melee versus range matchup. Mostly people do play Comet. Of course, you can sometimes, if he goes Hammer form, get in there and get a nice little trade. And it's probably going to be a body slam start here and just try to get a bit down there onto Dokla.
Yeah, trades exchanged. It also is going to put more pressure in the later stages towards those team fights on the
That's really not
initiation
good.
of the Ashe and the Gragas. Because if you let the poke team, aka LYON, who have Jace, Ezreal, and Karma, poke you
the
down,
heal down already.
as bottom lane is getting poked down
Not good.
a little bit here. If you let them poke you down ahead of time, then your status, even as a team fighting, you know, quote unquote 5-on-5 team, is going to be way less favorable. So you have to jump on these opportunities. You have to have good vision control. You have to make good timings on your Ashe arrows and good plays with your
Morgan
snap
getting
engage from a
pressed
Gragas.
out of
Yeah,
lane
absolutely.
too.
And I mean, when your team is getting poked down, it
Jesus.
puts so much pressure on you to engage quickly. You feel like, I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go. We're losing health. And then if you rush it and you fail your engage, then all of a sudden you're gold carded up and you're just killed off easy on the other side. So definitely going to be a high-pressure game, I feel like, for Morgan.
Yeah, I mean, poke comps versus engage is always one of my favorite because there is so much pressure.
As of right now, Quid is the only lane that's kind of even. Everybody else feels like they're a little bit LYON favored.
To discuss the decision to start Dokla in the top lane today.
Okay, here we go. Tell me why.
That's right, I got Rigby with me. So you conducted the NA-Men interview in which you talked about it. Oh, it seems like there's a lot happening here. You did talk about the 6-man roster and that you were kind of low-key opposed to the idea. What has the process been like being able to kind of manage it and, of course, deciding to have Dokla start this week with it?
I mean, I wasn't opposed to like 6-men. I was like 4 6-men, not like just changing in general. Yeah. So I'm really glad to work with like 2 different top laners who have like different strengths. But like we just chose Dokla for this week as like game 1 because like we
very
have, like,
important note on
plans
game 1 there.
like winning the game, and then like Nishib is like definitely more aligned with it than Castle, so that's why he was chose for game 1. It's for strategic reason, and then I'm sure it's gonna like go that way until like the split is over. So yeah, that's why we chose Nisha for game 1, and then I'm enjoying it right now.
That's awesome. If you can expand on the strengths and weaknesses that you see in Dokla and of course from Castle.
I mean, for Nishib, like when he is ahead or he's comfortable in the game, like his decision making is like a veteran. And then he's like such a calm person or like chill person to like play the game with. So he gets control of the team well when we're like too hyped or something. So that's like the strengths of Dokla. And then for Castle, his laning.
He's very mixed on his words, by the way,
laning,
whether like it's Castle all split or just game 1 here. He's trying to hedge his words,
like,
which is
like
kind of weird.
He excels on. So we're gonna like keep looking to it. Like it's not just for this game; it's gonna be for playoffs and then in scrims too. So we're just gonna look for as much as option as possible right now.
Thanks a ton for that. A lot of action happening here, so you can go back and check this game out. I'm going to send this one straight back to the cast.
This is not a good trade for TL, unless we can get the Ezreal down really far.
Thank you very much, fellas, as bottom lane is getting spicy. CoreJJ forced to flash away. Berserker's ready for the flash follow. It's first blood and make it a 2-for-1 deal for the LYON bottom lane.
The Ezreal Karma reigns supreme again, and it is Berserker saying, yes, we
once
are the
again
best bottom
getting
lane
ahead.
in the LCS.
Yeah, that was really nicely played there by Berserker and Isles, slowly whittling them down and then just finding their moment here. LYON and Core really wanted to reset. Isles had nice timing on that Q.
Yeah,
hit
this
LYON
was just
right
like...
as he was walking up to last hit on that wave, and then the tether lands, and they just full send it. Core is trying to push Berserker back to keep him away from LYON, who is getting tethered up.
Should just leave it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, should have just reset earlier, but you know they
Yeah,
thought that they had
you
the ability
should've.
to push it in.
What do you mean you
Core
guessed?
took too much damage and didn't even use his heal going down there, which is pretty costly. If he got that heal off, was it still on cooldown from earlier?
Yeah, it had to.
check.
It might have
Okay,
still been on
all right.
cooldown.
You go back and check that one.
Because
We're
I
gonna
think
see where
Yon's
everything else is
Still on
right now.
cooldown from earlier.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Because that was burned earlier. The barrier was burned earlier.
For him as well. Now, Berserker and Isles, of course, they both did flash to make that play, but well worth it. You get control of the bottom lane. You can keep pushing. Inspired says, perfect. I'll start up the dragon. We can channel this, you know, strength into objectives as well.
Exactly. Neither
All
one
right,
of the junglers
this
have been
is going to
getting
be a
involved
problem,
with anything
though.
so far.
Lions
We saw them
comp
both
went
starting
ahead
at the
is
top
very
half of the map,
impressive.
Doing their full clears down towards
Can
the bottom
really
side.
be a problem
now with
for
the
us.
dragon being started up by Inspired, Jose
We
Diodo
can't really
is
group up and
looking
team
for a
fight at least
potential
until we had a
lane
few
gank up here
item
in
break
the top
points.
lane.
Graham, we're
No
only 5
contest
minutes
for this
in,
bottom
obviously
side
still
objective.
early,
Jose
but
walking
2K
over the ward now
lead
with the sweeper
this early
is
is
gonna let LYON know that he's up here.
kind of crazy.
I was watching Dokla in lane that whole time. He was playing so far back. He never even went into melee form. He knows they're not contesting dragon. They will be looking for me up here. But now, maybe going to be able to get aggressive.
Meanwhile, Dokla looking for the solo kill up here on the top
no.
side. Brings Morgan down to 100 HP. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, it's Inspired and Saint both coming in. The 4v2 play. They know the summoner spells aren't there from the previous 2v2 kill. Saint stays alive. Yon's already gone, and Core JJ.
Oh,
surely
nice
not
trade from
long
Core
for this
there.
World, but he takes Isles with them. Nice use of the high note there at the very end to at least get something back, but it's still LYON.
Jose Diodo's just in jungle right now, not doing much.
Berserker has gotten 2 kills, 2 assists this early on,
This
and
is not
Dokla
good.
just pushed back Morgan after surviving being weak side up there for a little bit. Knew there was a dangerous window. As soon as Jose clears out that ward,
Not
is back to clearing.
good.
He pushes Morgan back, forces him
Jose
to base,
needs to
takes
hit
a play,
6
gets
and
a
then
good
start
reset,
ganking.
and you're winning on the other side of the map.
You need to bail out somewhere.
Both
Like this bot lane
aggressive
is
sides here for
not
LYON,
good.
finding some success. So Inspired goes with the ult and then EQ here over to Yon. They're tanking, and then, as you say, Isles kind of walks back close enough for the counter kill. Obviously, you kind of want that.
Come on.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Not bad. Not the worst. Not bad, not bad.
Right,
Nice,
comms are
Not
good.
bad, not the worst.
Yeah, see, there's 2 perspectives. I'm like, oh yeah, LYON. Obviously, they want Isles to stick around close enough for allowing
Down
them to get a counter kill.
14
but Dio's like,
CS.
oh, nice. Not that bad then. Not
2
too
kills,
bad.
2 assists.
kill.
Well,
there
2
you
kills,
go.
1 assist in bot lane.
All
Top
right,
lane's
Team
down
Liquid,
7
it is
CS.
still a pretty
or-
dire situation here
yeah,
for them.
7
in
CS.
Emily Rand's match
Mid
of
lane
the week.
is
Not yours.
ahead.
Not
Yeah,
mine.
definitely not.
This is
Anyone
Emily
else?
Rand's match of the week, and don't you even try to claim it. It's hers, okay?
I mean, we've already got 5 kills in the first 7 minutes here. I'm feeling like Emily's off to a good start.
Good job, Emily.
Yeah, she called it first.
Yep, she's got dibs. But you know what I've got dibs on?
Dokla
This
is
graphic,
bully.
to
Oh,
talk
nice
about-
play.
Okay.
Is that enough, though?
What kind of a graphic you got for us?
Azale's graphic of the week.
We got a solo
Oh, nice
we
flash.
have Dokla trying to get away here as Morgan goes
There we
in
go.
for solo. Bolo bangs him on the head.
There we go,
with
Morgan.
the
Come on.
keg, and he's out of there. Dokla might have gotten close to getting the
Good.
solo kills earlier, but it's Morgan who ultimately triumphs.
That's tough.
Azale's distraction of the week.
Yeah, that's tough.
Quid's holding on to an
That's
ACS
tough for
lead.
Dokla.
Now you're going to
I
have
mean, and now, you know,
Jose
it was
ganking
looking
bot
good
side.
for him in the early levels, but getting solo killed there and losing your flash.
Meanwhile, nice arrow coming out from Yon. They fully layer the
There we go.
CC with Core
Nice.
JJ, and as soon as Jose Diodo shows
I
up,
would have rather
there's
that
no
went to
way
Yon,
for
but it's
Isles
fine.
to escape from that one. Nice play in the top lane from Morgan, followed up by a nice play started by Yon.
All right, where's Jarvan? Jarvan can't make a counterplay anywhere.
Really,
Great.
really back in Team Liquid's
Fantastic.
I mean, this is just the inverse of the last play, right? LYON won out on both sides. Now TL wins out on both sides. Jose even committed his W flash there to try to get it. So I want to see how this happens
Luna.
one more time. As
Coco.
Dokla is just taking a little bit of a trade, decides he's going to go in for it, but the cask is ready. And because the previous body slam hit, you get that cooldown refund. And Dokla realizes that this is not
Coco.
going his way. Flashes away
Enough.
from the barrel, but then Morgan has his flash up. So W flash finishes him off. Easy peasy. And you can see a bit of frustration there on Dokla's face. When a matchup like this starts going bad, it generally does not really get better.
Yeah, I really
3
like
Void
it from
Grubs
Morgan.
sucks
You know, he
if
chooses
they
the
get it,
position in lane for the trade really nicely. So he knows if Dokla tries to trade back on him, he's going to have plenty of room to chase down with the ult. But here we
All
go
right, good,
over the
thank
last
God.
grubs. Looks like Inspire will just slip out. We don't actually get a fight over it. But I just, you know, I like that choice from Morgan because either you get a favorable trade, or if Dokla tries to go in on you in hammer form, then you have an easy ultimate. You can, like, point blank, it's really easy guarantee to be able to hit a good Gragas ulti there.
Resetting.
Push him back. And
Quid
have, the
got a
chase down
slight lead in
distance.
mid lane. Hasn't really had a chance to make a play anywhere, but TF has kind of been trapped other than the one dive towards bot
side. And even in this game, Inspire goes bot, gets a kill. Jose goes bot, gets a kill.
Morgan's now back up on Dokla despite the CS deficit. Bot lane is a problem.
Do see these two as the top 2 potential MVP
for
candidates.
now, bot
lane
is a problem.
plans.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I guess so. You know, these guys have just been smurfing, right? I think C9 has great candidates in Thanatos and Vulcan. They've both been incredible as well, but most people are looking at these two, and they have been killing it. And now we get them head-to-head in an important match here, and it could decide a lot.
This is the
what
three.
The chat voted on when we talked about this in waiting room. Obviously, Jose, extremely popular player.
I'm
but
glad
did
we're all
aligned
aligned.
in
This is
chat
the
during
three
waiting
for
room for
MVP
who
right
they
now.
thought was MVP. And, you know, depending on how the series is going, maybe we'll go back to chat and ask them if they want to update those votes.
So the thing that I'm looking at right now is we did have both of our bot lane duos rotate up into the top side briefly, but now that we have the next dragon about to spawn, top laners have repositioned themselves back in their home.
All right,
the bot
we have
laners are back
positioning
home
early.
Down here, Berserker's still got an over 1,000 individual gold
that's
lead,
so big.
and LYON hits another clutch arrow. Dokla, the victim of the accuracy there from the Team Liquid
Good
AD
shit, LYON.
carry. And
Good
that
arrow.
means TL's going to tie this one up at 4-4. They take out the enemy top lane right in time for the dragon to spawn.
I think people of every lane and every position hate Ashe Seraphine. It's not just bottom laners. They're like, no, the enemy's got Ashe Seraphine. Junglers hate her.
Something we can all agree on.
Yeah, mid laners hate her.
All right, we got a scupple here. Ashe's bot side with no ult. Ezreal can come up and ult ahead of time.
Doesn't have teleport when he revives, so he would have to come all the way from
There's
base.
the ult.
Yeah, and you can see Saint's trying to run down here to be at a distance where he could possibly.
They're
going to
have the angle on us first.
To interrupt that if he tries
TF
to
is early. Jace is going to have angle too. Ashe is on the bot side. This is a very bad position for us right now.
2,000 HP. LYON is still down towards bottom lane. Inspired goes in for the engage on Jose.
We got the smite. Fine.
The Drake here for his team.
Ashe is now here. Ashe was able to connect. Can Ashe do damage? We're doing enough. Oh, big ult from Morgan.
But the junglers are both out of the picture. Morgan's in the middle of
Keep going,
everybody.
LYON.
Lion's looking
Keep
to
going.
burn him down. They find it.
Oh,
Berserker
Quid.
goes on a killing spree as Quid tries to go in.
Okay.
But he doesn't have the damage. He seals his own fate instead, and Lion comes
Too
out
far,
on
Quid.
top.
The
Too far.
Inspire shield there coming down from Isles as Quid flashed forward, prevented him from getting that kill and getting the reset, so we couldn't go back into the invis with the across the veil, ends up going down. But I feel like it was crazy for TL to take that fight. LYON was so separated from the team, he couldn't really get involved.
Oh, that's a
Now
kill.
Berserker might just die underneath the turret, flashes away there at the very end, survives with what looked like about 30 HP, as he did get caught by LYON and Core JJ, so a summoner spell there, but still, even though Jose got the Drake for Team Liquid, Lion's going to be much happier about the outcome of the fight. Berserker just barely with the arcane shift in time to get away from the arrow.
Ooh, I like that. That would be a stylish kill too if it was the arrow, but Berserker reacts in time. Spawn definitely, head in hands there.
Come, Jace, come, Jace. I want to go on Zinson.
Okay.
Can you off?
I'm ready to 들어가.
I'm looking Jin, guys.
Look in. What are you doing? Yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah, Quid did not really do much in that fight, unfortunately.
Okay.
I don't know what they
after.
Look, can you go? He doubled in. No flash.
Nice. Go mid.
Yeah, just too
I
much.
can carry, guys.
Nice.
Too much.
Berserker reassuring everyone, I can carry, guys. 3-0-4 on the Ezreal. Very, very powerful here. The best thing I think I liked about that replay, though, and the comms listen in, is that previously we have had some
Wave
moments
State,
where Lion
CS
has made
even in bot
mistakes
side
where
with 3
they're
kills
not
on the Berserker,
same page,
2
but
kills
they
on the
waited
Saint in mid lane
just
with a
till
1k
Dokla
gold
ran
lead there,
back
and
into
now a
range
CS
to
lead
join the
for
fight.
Saint.
But
Top side,
still
Morgan's got a
before
little
LYON,
bit of
as you say, was
an
fully
advantage.
there, for Team Liquid.
Still
So
an
it was very
overall
good timing,
fine
and
game
Inspired's
state
like,
if we
I'm
can
looking
keep
for-
it
I
here.
will be looking
If we
for
keep it
Zen.
here, come
Then as
25
soon as
minutes,
Dokla
we're
gets
good.
there, they go in, they get a big health
But Lion's
lead
going to
on
be
the
looking to make
initiation.
plays over the next
And
3
even
minutes
though
to
they
try and shut
lose
this out.
on the smite on the dragon, they win out on the fight.
Yeah, I mean, LYON just couldn't connect with his front line. I mean, when Morgan's going on the engage, LYON is so far away. I feel like TL just needed to accept that their setup was bad for that fight and just not really go for it, but decided to try to force it, and LYON did try to kind of run his way through the Lion team to get up there, but just were never really connected. So great calls from Lion, and as you expect, Inspired
Hex
calling it
Optic,
out in
item
that team
wise
fight.
is very massive difference.
Some danger down here in the bottom lane,
yep.
though. Immediately, Quid goes between worlds, tries to slow him down a little bit, but Jose Dioto is not there to follow up in time, so Saint is going to stay pretty safe. And with the Aurora ulti down now, and the Rift Herald about
Aurora
to
ult
spawn
down,
in
but
15
it'll be up
seconds,
in
Lion
2
could see
minutes.
this as an opportunity
Rift Herald's
to
not
go
really
for
that big of a
neutral
deal. It's
objective
fine.
from an advantageous state.
Yeah, getting some resets here for TL on the bottom side, and then Lion opened up to push here. I mean, we're still open for first tower bonus 2, and generally you want to play these, you want to play any comp from
that's
ahead,
a lot of
obviously,
gold on
but
their side.
especially these
Tower
types of comps,
and
where you're
TF
drafting
gold.
TF and you're drafting, some pushing lanes on both sides, and you want to have poke damage so that you can take down the outer towers first, more room for TF to work with, but also keep up
Biggest
the
thing
siege
is cannot give up
pressure
this
here.
mid tower.
I mean, the poke
Like
from
dead
Berserker
ass
is going to hit
have
very
to fight.
hard.
I mean, just look at
for
Saint
your
and
life
Berserker. Their goal
with this
leads
mid tower.
are huge at this point in the game as Quid takes a big
Quid,
chunk
that
there
didn't-
from
that didn't
Dokla.
do a lot
Still
of
does not
damage.
have his ultimate back. And yeah, that team fight really put the gold exactly where Lion would want it. It's already 2 items done here at 15 minutes for Saint. That is super fast. Has the Lich Bane completed. You have to think the Rapid Fire is probably coming in next. And then it's kind of like I talked about in draft. You don't necessarily have to just play side lanes or look for these crazy picks. You just gold card whatever is in front of you, and everyone shoots their poke at them, and they lose half their health.
Poke, 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 poke. See if they can get it. Also, you're very safe in mid lane. I love Mikhail's Rush versus Ashe Seraphine always
nice.
from my supports. So Isles will be there for plenty of safety.
We need second item from LYON really bad.
So many answers.
That Phantom Dancer is going to help him
to
a
the
lot
engage
in
from
these fights.
Team Liquid. And just got to keep
Alright,
your
we get
eyes on
nice,
Gragas.
we
You
get
know,
Rift.
Morgan definitely can be a big difference maker.
33 seconds though until Dragon, so I don't want to see us burn anything too big. We're going to give up
but you're gonna
positioning.
have
I'm
to,
assuming we're
you know,
just
come
giving
up
up
with some
second
pretty
Dragon.
good surprise plays.
Entirely.
Looks like Lion is not even going to contest the Rift Herald here. It's Team Liquid taking the opportunity to use the
Yeah, it's fine,
control
but
over the top
we
side
are
of the
giving
map
that up.
They have to just guarantee that objective. And like you already
Are we going
mentioned,
topside?
there's only 1 turret taken so far in this game now, so plenty of chances to use that one as the arrow
Yep,
gets
there it
sidestepped.
is.
The Seraphine Encore does not. Saint staying alive for now, tries to get away. And
TF
will
out.
successfully use
we
the
get this
ulti
tower
to get out after
while they're getting Dragon?
enduring the enemy CC that could have interrupted it.
Yeah, I
Yep.
mean, you mentioned the two
Nice,
items.
but we give up mid.
Got
I
more
don't like giving
stacks
up
on his
mid at
rod
all.
already, fairly tanky, just kind of absorbs
we
the
don't get the
damage.
tower.
And good awareness.
Okay,
you know,
Morgan's there.
the
Good.
Rift Herald's coming. I'm going to get dove here, so just ult his way on out. After that,
Well,
Seraphine
not getting
ulti
tower there
was
sucks.
used. Good kind
Really
of
bad.
weak side, Twisted Fate escape from Saint while his jungler picks up the Dragon. This one uncontested, so a much easier smite.
Yeah.
And you just keep your pressure up. He immediately teleports the Twisted Fate down to the bottom lane, as you just saw. He pushes that bottom wave in. Berserker had full mid lane priority pushing this one in, and so Lion are playing this kind of checking all the boxes that you want to keep up. Start with the early lead, keep that pressure up.
And now Berserker with the Manamune.
This is not good.
Almost doesn't evolve into the Muramana. There's the gold card as they full send it after LYON. They need a little bit more damage to seal the deal. The Cataclysm
Fuck,
is committed.
bro, why are you up
Inspired
so far?
Also flashing away to guarantee there's no real effective counterpunch coming out from TL. But nice killer instinct from Lion to find a pick on the enemy AD carry through both summoner spells. All the meanwhile, Dokla is
Top
also
lane
taking
down
the tier
too.
1 turret top.
I mean, they spent a lot to get the kill, but they got that kill. That was double flash. That was multiple ultimates. That is everything in the kitchen sink just thrown at LYON. But now LYON is going to have to play this next team fight with
And LYON's still not on 2
so
items.
difficult
LYON
to
is
do when
so
you're
far
playing
behind
Ashe
right now.
into a champion like Jarvan. You know, even if you can just Cataclysm and flag and drag out, you can just leave that guy locked in there while you play the rest of the fight.
I just love this
This
so
is a
far
problem.
from Lion. They're
This
playing
game
to
state's
their
a
win
real
cons really effectively,
problem.
Keeping up high pressure in side lanes on all of the lanes, then making the rotation. Saint here, a really good Twisted Fate play, you know, getting the gold card, flashing in, investing the summer spells on a good timing after he had teleported to bottom side, after he had avoided the play on the top side.
The
I
Gragas
just
pick
think
is fine
Lion,
as a
they're
bruiser,
doing
and the
the
Gragas is doing the best out of
necessary
everybody.
things to
Like,
keep up
it's
the pressure,
fine.
increase
It's
this
just
gold lead at a very
Quid
good
made
rate
some
for
mistakes
themselves.
in team fights.
Yeah,
Bot
they did a
lane
really
got
good job
put
saying
behind
also,
early.
I
Like,
love
it
Swift
has
March in a
nothing to
game like this.
do.
There's so many slows
the-
over on the other side.
The
And I
Gragas
think a
is
lot of
not the
people
problem
forget
in this
how
game.
offensively
The problem
good
is
they
that
can be
we
as
lost
well.
bot lane.
22 adaptive force he already has from
Really
those boots.
bad.
You get more based on your move speed. That's
And then
more
we
than
took a
the
fight in
Antone
mid
worth
lane,
of
which
AP
has
already
only hurt
this
us
early in the
further.
game.
Just on your shoes. Up 1.7 thousand gold there in the mid lane for Saint. Nearly a 3,000 individual gold lead for Berserker. Back at the end of draft, I said that Lion's comp is an FF20 comp. Either they want to surrender because you're so far ahead, or you want to surrender because the lanes didn't go your way. 5,500 gold lead. 30 seconds before 20 minutes into the game.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
If I'm on the other team, I'm like, is everybody ready to vote yet? Or how are we feeling about this one? Because LYON is dominating.
I think Morgan says, give me a chance at making a play. You know, maybe some Gragas flank play with a flash.
We're still fine. We were one team fight away from being back in this game.
Break up the power here. They did get the one dragon early. So they did kind of stall out a bit, buy themselves some time, even though that fight obviously cost them a lot of gold, some golden kills. So they're thinking maybe we can get our one really good play. You have to have like a very quick and sneak attack play.
Don't let this balloon over 5K. Keep your side lane pressure, TP if you have to. You don't even have to fight this next dragon.
Once you get the rapid fire on Twisted Fate, he doesn't have to have flash for those gold card plays.
Only thing you can't give up is Baron.
Swift March and run at you with the extra range
and
of
if
rapid
you go into a
fire,
fight with Baron, just try and find a way to either kill the TF, the Jace, or the Ezreal.
Really, you know, difficult.
Maybe the Karma if you get
once they get to this break point here, so there is a lot of pressure.
Don't try and all in for Jarvan. Jarvan will be able to.
I mean, it's also interesting to note from Morgan, he is not going AP at all. This is just pure tank Gragas. So, you know, he is going Iceborne, and he did actually skip Q. So this is something we talked about on the dive with the W buff. I was theory crafting, hey, maybe you could actually just go tank Gragas and put points in W early, because at max rank W, which he has, it's 8% more flat damage reduction than the previous Gragas. So I think it's actually interesting to see that experiment coming through, because we have seen Fimbulwinter plus Roa, we've seen Roa plus Archangels. Now this is just
finally
full
2 items for
LYON,
but Berserker's about to be on 3.
I got to get in there, and I got to get a good angle so I can cast effectively to get kills back for the rest of my team. You know, ideally you get him and Quid on flanks, and we'll see if TL can actually set up the
full level ahead for Berserker at the moment.
LYON here, I mean, 3 items Berserker already. The Endless Hunger feels so good for him. It really does look good for them. I mean, it's hard to track Ezreal already, but we mentioned the Mikhails plus the cleanse, so let's see if they can actually end it out. It is very fun to see the teams at the top of the table, Flowers, here, performing.
And now they're about to perform yet again for a Drake. For LYON, this will bring them to Soul Point if they can claim it. For TL, they would love to just buy themselves even more time. But taking a fight in open ground over one of these neutral objectives, when you're 5,500 gold down 22 minutes into the game, it's a really scary proposition.
It is. And Saint, I think he's going to base and have his rapid fire. He's going to be on 3 items, and Berserker's going to be on 3 items. If I'm TL, I want nothing to do with this dragon.
Fight this.
I think you will get slammed if you show up and try to fight this one. So I expect them to be out of there. And there is that completed rapid fire. Roa is about to tick to 10.
The only thing you have to fight right now
no business going to this
Baron.
one. They know it.
Roa's about to tick to 10, and Saint is about to hit level 15 naturally. So then that'll be level 16 instant on the TF. Just there's all sorts of nightmare material here for TL. They don't want anything to do with it. They will just concede the objective. So LYON are going to move the Soul Point 22.5 minutes into the game. That means at the 27:30 mark, the pressure will be on for TL to stop LYON somehow at this
have to find a way to get to
How
Quid
do we get there for a TL squad
level
that's now
16,
5,000 gold behind
which feels like an
for the last 5 minutes?
impossibility
I mean,
right
they're
now.
just going to, until the moment, you know, try and lose as little as possible. And try and not give up too much vision around Baron. You know, this LYON team has a lot of damage. They could, you know, try and make some Baron plays. So give up as little as possible. Maybe you can make some vision plays. It's hard when enemy has TF.
Yeah, dude, that's an Ezreal. I don't know what you think you're going to be able to do there.
A little damage onto Berserker, but Berserker gets even more back. Nobody's going to full commit for anything.
I mean, I think it's going to be the same story that Kobe was already talking about earlier, where it's just the engage from Morgan. You know, it's a follow-up CC. It's looking bad, it's looking bad, it's looking bad, but then you knock in 2 of these carries, they get comboed, and all of a sudden they're 100-0'd with the Crystal Arrow, with the Encore, with all the CC coming over the top. So there is always that possibility because of the playmaking that TL has, but really you get one more Dragon fight, because if you are this far behind and you lose Mountain Soul, your explosive engage is not going to kill them through everything there.
This is a problem.
There's the gold card onto Jose Diodo. Inspired right behind it, but doesn't want to full commit. You can see he did the spear followed by the flag just to make sure that he gets the damage down, but he didn't want to commit to trying to go all in further for a play. Top laner still going to be positioned down here on the other side of the map, fighting over control of that bottom lane as Saint gets the top side pushed out. Yon's arrow is on cooldown because we saw him go for the attempt on Saint when he was isolated in the top side river. The arrow went just a little bit wide, so that one didn't work out. Morgan's still looking for these
battle.
scrappy encounters with Dokla, but knocks him the wrong direction. So Dokla
maybe the right way, because then he doesn't engage and it's fine.
Also had Isles and Berserker both heading down, so no way Morgan could have killed him off.
It does look kind of funny though. I mean, he misses his Q. He uses E to go in.
16, level 15 on Quid. He's got 3 minutes to be able to farm enough to be able to hit level 16.
Is so
Has
high
to do
now, you know, with the buffs that even with the tiny bit of AP he has, it's 27% flat damage reduction. Plus he's got quite a bit of armor, really high CDR, and all the healing on his passive. So it's just not an extended fight that Dokla can win, no matter how many spells you hit or do not hit.
Definitely annoying.
Have to hit that point where gold doesn't matter as much,
if we
which
look at
feels
the
like
group,
it's so far off. Like
honestly, I think it's still going to be annoying for
6K
TL
behind at
because
25
you
minutes.
have to worry about
Fucking
Isles
sucks,
positioning.
bro.
That Mikhail's puts a stop to so many of like the pick opportunities that you want to create. Obviously, Berserker, as we said, already has his own cleanse on top of the Mikhail's, but if the Karma is hovering around anybody, it's very difficult to go for like Ash Arrow attempted picks. That's why you see, you know, Ash Arrow is even being thrown at a Twisted Fate that has all the move speed with Swift March, because they're like, well, at least Isles isn't next to him. Maybe we could get a pick or something.
All right, this is going to be a prime position for them to look to take a Baron here soon.
Lion to actually get hit sometimes, so it's it looks very good and very controlled here.
I mean, if you're Lion, though, it feels like they are playing this a bit slow.
It feels like the pressure then is on TL to not find so much the one pick off of an Ash Arrow, but it's got to be the angle in the team fight for Jose to go in, shoot the Seraphine ulti over the top of his head, and hit multiple people with the Encore. Make Isles choose who he saves with the Mikhails, and that's tougher to do than it sounds.
And you can't Mikhails the Gragas combo, right? So that's kind of really becoming so important that you have that CC then following it up, like you're talking about. You get that great engage, then you have all that follow-up, and you're hoping that that is going to work for you, but your engages have to be so on point. You know, there's the Mikhails.
Quid is not going to be able to hit 16.
Well, so
Saint is level 17.
Inspire goes over onto the
dude, this is not going to be a great fight.
Karma Shield, you get the Shirelia's popped, and he can just run at you with that gold card, no problem.
There's part of me that wants to give
Lion
this up and fight for Elder.
Opportunity to move through the enemy jungle, clear out
like
some of this
genuinely
vision.
a part of me that wants to do it.
90 seconds until the Drake spawns, and Lion has only built their lead since the last neutral fight that TL fully conceded. Lion is up to a 6,500 gold lead now. They're taking all the camps from the enemy jungle. They're laying down vision, and they're getting ready for this big objective.
They should be saying, give all the money you can right now to Inspire to complete GA. If you have your jungler with GA for the Dragon Soul, and
big
enemy,
item spike though, you finally got Yawn on Infinity Edge.
He only has one component right now.
For what that's worth.
I think if you hit that breakpoint, it's like, holy moly, the fight is so stacked against you.
Done there
from
Saint
fuck,
to Jose.
Jesus Christ,
Ash Arrow fired out, but it misses. That's a pretty important cooldown to not have available when this dragon spawns. Team Liquid, they just can't find their shots.
And Inspired is just power farming so heavily. 254 CS at 27 minutes. He's almost at 10 CS per minute as a Jarvan, which people are like, well, Jarvan's the early game guy. You got a chain gank. He's like, I don't think I will.
He wants that. Can he get his recall? It's too close to the Dragon Soul now. So at the very least, he hasn't gone back to spend it to actually make a GA. So there is hope for TL. They're going to make their stand, clear out the wards, and hope for the best.
We've got first positioning.
Team Liquid is first to the area. Accelerated Shock Blast
Can
number
they
1.
dodge Jose Diodo so low already?
On the backside of the fight, ready to
this
try
is
to
a
cut
problem.
off the TL escape. Morgan goes over the wall, looks for Dokla. Doesn't want to overcommit only onto the Jace, but continues moving forward to create a little bit of extra space for TL as they regroup in the bottom
Honestly,
side
not
of this
terrible.
river. Lion now going to bring Saint back towards the rest of the team. Jose Diodo keeps the dragon aggroed. TL trying to play this very slowly. Saint has the gold card ready to go yet again. Wants to save that rapid fire for a time where the whole team can make something happen with it.
Using the Q now is
DPSing
interesting.
the Drake down to about half HP now.
Yawn is
waiting
just
off to the side.
peppering,
TL grouped up as
Berserker's
5.
peppering
Accelerated
abilities.
Shock Blast hits Yawn there. Morgan has already lost about half his
Oh,
HP.
this is
Berserker
fucked.
doing good damage
Oh,
into
this
the
is not
Ezreal.
good.
Dokla jumps in. Team Liquid's got to be careful here. Jose Diodo on the front line, but he's all stunned
Oh, we're
up.
split.
The damage onto the Xin Zhao
We're
comes
split.
through, but they will not kill him off here just yet. Jose Diodo jumping in.
This is a really weird fight. Saint's going to be able to,
Berserker's unstoppable, and Yawn
nope.
is dead. Enemy AD carried down, and Lion has found their moment to pounce. They want even more, and they're going to get everybody. It's a massacre in the bottom side river. A triple kill to Saint on the Twisted Fate.
Too far behind. Even Gold State, we're fine, but no, you're too far behind.
Lion just dissected TL in this team fight.
Well
Dokla
done.
was going back and forth with Quid, had him chunk low. Morgan goes to the engage. Look at that sidestep from Dokla. Makes him look silly. Dodges the explosive cast with just a beautiful sidestep there. And on the other side, Saint Berserker flashing in onto Yawn, finishing him off. And that is that. You've committed on one side, failed there. Their carries commit on the other side and take out yours.
They just play their range so well here. LYON
well done, my LYON.
Overextend. They poke, they poke, they poke. They
I mean, that was a doom position from the jump.
Such a terrible position.
You can't go down as far as we did earlier. The bot lane fucking
double
chucked
flash
that.
on you with their carries. They get their kills. They get not only the Dragon Soul.
Bot lane
but
lost
the
that
Baron,
so
and
damn
Flowers,
hard early
honestly,
on.
The game.
Like,
yup, this is a
can't have that.
12,000 gold lead now with the Mountain Soul. 29 minutes in here. I am expecting a full send for the Nexus push from LYON. I feel like they've got to be, for lack of a better word, inspired to end the game here.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And Saint just finished his death cap. He's got 24 stack Magi's. Is on a pretty perfect game at this point. Has been crushing it alongside Berserker. Their gold leads are monumental.
There's no way to win a fight
I'm fairly
right now.
proud to
like,
have
literally
a North
no
American
way to
team
win.
play this comp really well. This is one of those comps that people look at and they're like, well, it's not the easiest to play. You know, it's not the straightforward, oh yeah, we're just going to group up and front to back, 5-on-5. You have to play your range well, work around your gold card timings, around your poke timings, not overcommit on flanks. Get the early leads for yourselves. And LYON have just really played to their win cons here and executed when necessary.
Now they're grouping up here in the top side. They quickly force down the tier 2 turret.
I mean, you guys take a fight somewhere. You're down 12K.
Inspired is leading the split push
there's no
over in the mid lane there at the same time to get that tier 2 removed, so they can pressure 2 separate inhibitor
LYON are
turrets
playing
at
their range
once.
so
It's just
well.
scrambling
Quid's already
to try to buy a little bit of time
like he's got it back.
before the
Can't
minion
pick a
waves
fight.
start colliding with the tier 3s. As long as Saint has the rapid fire ready, it's easy for him to find single auto attacks onto these turrets if he wants to. Both Baroned up Cannon minions going to die there in the top lane now as Dokla rotates back over to mid, changing from a 4-1 into a 3-2 split.
I mean, it's just so tough because Morgan is the one answering mid lane, but he's also the only one that can really step up when Saint has a gold card, right? So, you know, as soon as the gold card is popped, Morgan is mid, everyone from TL walks backwards, and that means the minions come up, you slowly are chipping away at these turrets, and LYON is not going to rush it. They have Dokla pushing bot now, so they're playing 3 waves here. No one is down answering bot. That tower is going to be gone in about a second here as soon as Dokla steps forward, but he's playing it very safe, not waiting, not going to go in early and get picked off.
And you saw how much damage Saint does with a single blue card with Death Cap, Lich Bane, nearly full stack Magi's. This guy can knock that thing down in 2 more hits, and so the pressure on Team Liquid is just absolutely immense here, as Saint is going to step back, sees Morgan walking towards him, doesn't want to potentially get caught out.
Those
LYON
mystic
playing
shots
very
hurt.
slow, very methodically.
Dear
They've only got
God.
the Baron for another 45 seconds.
I think that 45 seconds may still be painful for TL, but they're going to pull the trigger.
Yeah, Quid tries to go
Run,
in. The arrow
run,
hits Inspire,
run,
but he's immediately
run,
freed
run.
from the stun
Get
by
the fuck out of
McHale's.
there.
Now
Jesus
Saint has the
Christ.
opportunity to pop the tier 3
Oy
turret up there in
vey.
the top lane right after, regroups with the rest of the team. The inhibitor turrets have been destroyed in all 3 lanes nearly simultaneously as Team Liquid's defensive engage completely fails. Bottom lane inhibitor down, mid lane inhibitor down, top lane inhibitor exposed, and TL's base is crumbling.
They're just peeling them apart, you know, 1 layer at a time, 1 tower at a time, slowly moving forward, getting good poke, chipping away at the structures. LYON is playing this game out perfectly here.
Guys,
Zen bot side, Zen
I
bot
promise
side.
if we just fight, we'll win.
Shut up, please.
Fight, we'll win.
Shut up, please. Focus.
He's like, Inspired always wants to be controlled, man. You know, you don't go like, I honestly, we've all been there. You're getting a little bored. You're like, come on, let's just fight. We'll win.
We're on 14K,
come on, let's fight.
we got Soul.
Inspired's like, we stick to the plan. The checklist, our siege is good. We have.
I
the
don't think
advantage.
either
we've got
one
our
of them
Baron
is
buff.
wrong in
We
that
keep
situation.
poking,
That's
we
just
fraud,
fucking
we get
crazy.
the inhibitors down. Focus, focus, focus.
Gotta be careful, you might be getting subbed out for game 2 with talk like that.
Oh my goodness. I mean, so some people, since we have time here.
We were all thinking it.
Yeah,
Dokla's,
since we have time here,
to be clear, Dokla's
14K,
100% right. They take a
14K,
fight, they
everyone
win
knows
this.
they're
Like,
gonna
they're, I'm
win.
sorry. You are
One criticism
14K
that people
gold
have
ahead.
had, of course,
There's
for
no
LYON
chance you lose that
over the
fight.
years, and
But
some
I also
of
get
our teams is
inspired
that
of, like, you
sometimes
got
they play
there
too
doing
slow. Some
exactly what
people
you're doing
do,
now. Just clean
kind
it
of lean
up.
into that in certain scenarios, but he really values the control and sticking to the game plans and staying focused on the siege. And yeah, they've got 14K plus the
Jesus.
Dragon Soul, so here it comes.
Yep, final inhibitor about to fall.
Yawn. Oh my
here
God,
in top
Yawn's
lane.
getting
They're letting that one
cracked.
bleed out slowly as the super minions come crashing into the base. Nexus turrets, all that's left standing between LYON and the Team Liquid Nexus itself. Stun onto Hosediodo, not a ton of damage there just yet. Morgan here on the front line, trying to stop these guys.
Oh,
The Nexus turrets already
dude,
down
these
to half
arrows.
HP each.
Nowhere,
Asher flies out, but Doku's
nowhere
ready to flash
close.
away from it. Hosediodo down to about 1/4 HP, tries to jump in. Does not have a Guardian Angel, only a Death's Dance. Saint goes in, flashes inside of the range to
Oh,
guarantee he can
Saint
kill him through
kind
the
of
ulti.
hinted that.
Saint's gonna die, but he still takes one with him. 1-for-1 trade here so far as
Doesn't
Quinn
matter.
tries to flash away, but Berserker's already dominating. Morgan back into the fountain as Nexus turrets die. Re-engage from Inspired right after to find another kill. Core JJ dies on the steps of the fountain. And LYON's gonna go ahead and get themselves an ace for one, a triple for Berserker, an 18-7 performance, and LYON.
Lunar, to flip your point though, at the same time, if you're not decisive against Asian teams and you have leads like that, they will come back against you. Sometimes you do need to like press the issue and actually end as well. It goes both ways on that side of the coin.
Well, I think there's a lot to talk about here. I mean, if we just want to start.
But overall, I agree with Inspired in that situation.
We have APA. My bad. He was take it slow. We have a segment plan.
True.
Well, I think 2 of the moments define the early game. And the first one,
this fucking level 1
the first play
barrier
is from the solo kill that Isles and Berserker got on Yon Core.
I mean, it literally ended it.
They try to be a little bit greedy on this wave by pushing, and they take an all-in soon, Yon and Core, but they just don't win. Ezra's got full stacks, and Core, even though he's trying to block for Yon, he's no mana, he can't actually get spells off, and they get 2v2 killed. So I think here,
that right there
in the game, even just
ended it.
Laner, it's just like, just a quick XD.
Just a quick XD.
Like, I'm TF in this game, I'm even CS. I'm chilling. Like, I know I don't matter in this game. Aurora doesn't matter in this game. The only thing that matters is bot lane.
You got to move that chat box up. I want to see that myself.
The only thing that matters is bot lane.
Thank you.
And my bot lane got a 2v2 kill.
Typing out an XD.
So it's just XD.
Nice.
Like, I already think the game is so easy. I'm even CS as TF. I know they have no sums now. Well, Seraphine does. And my bot lane's strong. Which leads in to the next play, of course, of when they get
This dragon fight.
dove bot. I believe it's
the
here.
dive. Yeah, no.
But TF push
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's the classic TF play. You push mid, then you press alt.
once you lose that 2v2 bot and all sums are down, then it's no holds bars from there. Like, it literally, I hate to say it's on Yon and Core JJ for losing the game, but it very much is. Like that play single-handedly loses it for you.
Snowballed so hard from the early game.
Yep.
And it's, it's literally just.
We already pressed you?
It's GG.
The GGXD. I mean,
like, I think the game's over now. I think TF is like escaped through the early game. He's only down 10 CS, and bot lane is
like
over.
that's just.
and they have so much.
That's
poke.
sad.
They can always get prio on mid with the Ezreal.
I have to tweet out because I know
Back to the
people will be
couch,
coming
thank you,
for me.
APA, that.
Thank you.
And that's kind of how it went. I mean, they grew the lead over and over again. We had a bit of a debate on the desk whether it should be Saint or APA that win player of the game. Saint, player of the game, congratulations. Yeah, he says thank you. He ends up winning it from the casters do the tiebreaker.
Agreed with me.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
The big agree with the 25 stack Magi's.
I actually tried to take the power away from them
and
and went Berserker. It did not work. It did not work at all.
Wow.
Yeah, he had a lot. He had a great game. In general, that team fighting, very Lion-esque like team fighting. You have so much poke within your composition. Ezreal, Jace, like the Twisted Fate, getting poked, slowed down team fight. That had been really frustrating for me.
I think the solo team fight is a big example of Lion knowing how they want to win. Like initially, Saint was on the side, and they realized, hey, I'm kind of useless here. So I'm going to go back to the group, and I'm going to let my Ezreal and my Jace poke. And then, they slowly poked. TL didn't really have the cleanest ways to engage if it's not like Gragas, like E-flashing and making some magic happen. So the team fight just felt really easy. And of course, they're up like, what, 7,000 gold at the time?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. This game is going to decide something very important.
The MVP?
Opinions from the general public on who should get MVP. So, did this decide in your mind? I actually think it's kind of crazy how all of these come down to like people looking at.
Also, what the fuck is going on over at MSG right now? Jesus.
TL. However, did you think one of these junglers like stood out to you? Obviously, Inspired had a really good game, and we were also seeing a lot of bombs in some of these
not good.
I mean, I don't think this game was really focused too much on jungle. It just
No, that's you can't make the determination on jungle off of this particular game.
Inspired had Dragon, Jose's on top cab, or top side, so he gave Dragon, and it was just like the bot gap was too big, which drove the early game.
Line ban out Jose again, or ban out Yon to Tilda more? No, I think you keep banning out Jose.
Massive gold lead.
I think Jose is the playmaker right now, and
Castle starting in game 2.
Dun, dun,
That's
dun.
what the 6-man is all about, honestly. It's going to be really fun to check it out. But, you know, that being said, don't miss any LCX action when you get your favorite foods delivered on Uber Eats for less gold. APA is going to be joining us. Actually, you're going to be on the cast.
Yeah.
So you're going to be on the
Getting
cast
rid
for
of
this
you
one.
guys.
So, hey,
Okay.
wait a minute. You're going to, you know what? Strip is right. You're back with us. Now you're going to be on the cast.
So, okay, here's what I'm calling it now. So, LYON is going to keep the exact same bans. They're going to keep the exact same bans and try and keep the playmakers off of Jose Dioto. So then, oh shit, you're right. I need to end the poll over on YouTube.
How has it been? You have been killing it. People have been talking about you being the best AD carry, all-pro right now. Have you feeling that?
And pay out the Gamba.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll start the Gamba and poll in a bit.
Like play of, what's the call? Play of the week. Like,
Yeah.
for a while, but that which means like.
Alright,
we did, like, win
ban-wise,
so I mean, my team was good. So
we are gonna see the same shit,
I didn't get to, like,
and especially with Castle in the game, who's known for winning lane.
I hear that. So, you know the game that
Especially given that he just did it against Morgan last week. I'm expecting LYON to go full 3 winning lanes, let Inspired just farm, and they become an animal. Same game plan that they had here. So, we have one of two choices. Either A, you run back the same idea and say that you're not going to make the mistake bot lane, that you will go into these fights even, and you're perfectly fine. You'll be able to withstand lane pressure fine. Or you pivot and say it's time to fight. And you draft lanes that can win as well, and you fight for that prio in those lanes and try and go from there.
Okay, I love those answers. Best supports that you've played in your career. You've played with quite a few. Life, Isles, Zen, Asper. You've played with quite a few supports in your life.
Literally all you can do, in my opinion. Well, not all you can do, but like.
Most overrated player this split in the LCS.
Also, that's so clean.
Or any answer that comes to your mind.
Hold up. Let me-
Yeah.
Text.
Okay, I like that answer. A fact
Connect.
about you that people would be surprised to know. There's something that people don't know.
Oh,
much.
to
30 seconds too, so if you don't have an answer,
2741
I guess everyone knows that, but
6.
I mean, I just like money.
You like money. A classic. If you roll swap,
2, 7,
what roll swap would it be, and what would you immediately improve on that roll?
Top.
Top.
Connect.
What would be the good aspect of you as a top laner?
What did you say?
What would be something that you do as a top laner that other top laners don't do?
Oh, I mean, I'm just going for.
Am I gonna?
Like, I mean, sometimes when
You're
I play
in.
solo queue,
Be a part of our
sometimes
exclusive.
I think
First to
like,
know.
just like if ban line is like solo line, then I will carry every game. But like I'm playing with support, you know what I mean? So like, and then I feel that.
Nice.
I'm just like playing top.
Okay. Unleashed. Honestly, you've been unleashed.
That is awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah! Sweep! Yeah, there we go. Get their ass. Yeah.
Infinity Mobile Arena tonight, Cheyenne. This game was brutal.
Walter, you would think that I'm in New York right now instead of Philadelphia. This is absolutely not the way that fans were hoping to end.
That's crazy.
You can see that I am surrounded by Knicks fans right now. Second listen to what some of the Sixers fans I know had to say.
I ain't gonna lie, this is a Mother's Day massacre. I left my mom, you know what I mean? It's I'm thinking that I'm going down with the ship, but I'm going down with the ship, so I gotta make it up to mama.
Sell the team, fire Nick Nurse, everybody gone. Like Kyle Lowry, coach.
We're getting clowned. Yeah, I got nothing. I think it was game 6 a few years ago when the Knicks beat us here, and we walked
That was
out
last
and
year,
they were
bitch.
chanting like this. It's worse this year.
They gotta play better defense.
And I love Joel, and I hope he stays. I love the whole team. They did amazing, but it's just heartbreaking. It really is.
Oh, I'm so sad for not the fuck out of here. Oh man, that's fun. That's fun. All right. Let's see what LYON has to offer with Castle in the roster. Ugh. Your sports fans choose out of 10, 12 options. It's annoying. Fuck. I mean, fucking deal with it then. Y'all bitching. We're out here having fun and living our lives. That's your problem, not ours. Oh, man, I can't wait. Castle is confirmed to play game 2, by the way, chat. Just confirming, because got a few messages here about it. Yes. Castle is confirmed to be playing. Yeah, Knicks are in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the LCS as we are in the middle of our last best of 3 for the weekend here as undefeated Team Liquid Alienware is
LA,
taking
New York.
on
Oh, so the big
4-1
markets.
LYON. We have a special guest
What a shock
joining
that
us here
the
for
cities with the
TriCast
most amount of
game
people have the
number
most
2.
annoying
Now,
fans.
has tagged out
Oh
for this one.
no.
Has tagged in. It's good
24
to have you
since
back here.
yeah.
After game number 1,
I thought it was last year.
Pretty
I guess it
strong.
was 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, that game was just, it seemed like a snowball really hard from bot into dragon stacking.
Against
And
what team
then
we don't know
everyone
yet.
just kinda went
Detroit
their lanes,
and
so the game seemed a bit difficult, but
Detroit and
let's see what game
Cleveland are
does.
still battling it out
I'm
in
really
their
curious
series.
on your take on the draft, because LYON triple banned Jose, and then they played 2 champions that are 2 of his most played champions. Do you think we're going to see more of that from LYON? Is that kind of a read that, oh, maybe Jose isn't that good off his best champs?
Well, I think he also might just be their best performer currently. Yeah. Like, he's in the running for MVP, so it could also just be like target the best player.
All right, come on.
Certainly did that in game number 1 with the Pantheon, the Nocturne, the signature Lee Sin, which is very much specifically like that Jose Diodo ban. Ultimately, he does get to play the Xin Zhao. It does not work out for them. We saw that Inspire.
All right, draft time.
A lot
Here
of
we go.
angles there on his Jarvan. We remember the Dragon fight where he says,
Pantheon gone.
For
Knew that
Jose
was
Sin,
coming.
go in on him.
We know the
They
Lee
find
Sin
an
ban
initial
is
play after,
coming.
and okay, so LYON choosing blue side,
Nocturne,
Team
Lee
Liquid
Sin.
choosing
Yep.
first pick. It's the Pantheon and Nocturne
Same
banned
order.
out by LYON. The Bard and Varus banned out by Team Liquid. It's looking very, very similar to game number 1.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And I mean, assuming it is that Lee Sin as that next ban,
Next ban?
obviously,
Yep.
Jarvan and Xin are gone because they were played in game
Yep.
1. If you're triple banning jungle again, that's most of all the top most played for Jose. The other 3 champions that he has played so far this split, assuming Lee is banned, are Aatrox, Neferi, and Sejuani, all 1 game.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to like fully blind those picks early, like especially the Neferi.
They gotta ban the Lee Sin.
The Sejuani he has.
There's no way they
But
don't.
I don't think he personally really wants to do that. I think his
Oh.
forte is just the Thunder Sky champions.
Whoa,
But did
they
ban Lee
leave
Sin,
the Lee
so-
Sin up.
Yeah, Lee's still open. I also always worry about early picking Sejuani when Trundle's also still
And we
available
take the
in
Rumble.
draft. If
Smart.
the team's willing to just slam the Trundle.
Smart.
It's very difficult to play the Sejuani game you want to play. But it looks like first pick of the whole draft will be the Rumble for Morgan. And remember that LYON is playing Castle in this one instead of Dokla.
And I always feel like if you go Lee
Ooh,
Sin
they're
in a
gonna go
situation like this, Poppy
Milio
is really
Lucian.
hard to play into. Like Poppy
Yeah.
jungle is such a strong answer. We know Inspired is
Sort of
very
full.
comfortable on a bunch of different champions. So, TL kind of have to make the choice. Like, is it important for us to get a Lee Sin or a jungle pick in the
starting
first
the
3?
poll,
I mean,
starting
knowing
the
that
gamble
you're
here
gonna get counters.
shortly.
I think though, like 2-3, like something like Annie Lee Sin, or I'm not sure how much they're committing to the Nivea.
5 minutes on the prediction.
Jose.
Let's see here. We'll let the clock run down. Plenty of powerful
Caitlyn,
options
fine with that.
still available here. Okay, Caitlyn picked up.
I mean, they're just looking for lane dominant picks, like Rumble,
Okay.
super strong pick.
Yep.
Caitlyn, Nico,
So we're going
it's
for
really
the.
Lucian they showed, and most
We're saying fuck the
commonly,
team. I mean,
Lucian's
we'll
players
do
really
fine
now
in the
instead
team
of
fight,
Nami.
but we are going
So
for
they're just looking
the
for strong lanes.
the
Not sure
better
they're gonna try to
lanes.
combo Quid and
Let Jose
later on in
carry.
4-5.
One thing I really do like with Melio
The Lee
versus
Sin ban
Nico,
has
even
to
if
be
Nico
coming
goes in, lands a big pop blossom with a multi-person root. It's like, okay, well, Melio's there. He's got breath
Yeah,
of
you
life.
got to catch the
It's
Melio too.
How was your Mother's Day?
Yeah,
Good.
he's gotta
No,
get
my
caught,
mom's down
otherwise
in
it's
Myrtle
a big
Beach right now.
And you can sometimes
So they're not even. They're not around town. I texted her earlier this morning and called her as well.
Kicked in, then you look like a fool.
Yeah, exactly. And
Not a
then
good time.
Nico doesn't really have anywhere else to go after that, so it could
right,
definitely
come on.
be tough. Wukong gonna get
Wukong
banned out,
ban,
so not targeting the Lee Sin just yet, but still more jungle bans getting thrown at Jose, and clearly
They have to
LYON
be banning Lee
feel
Sin.
like
There's
he
no
is
way
the
they
main
don't.
threat.
I find it
Control
hard to
Jose in
believe
the
that they would
draft,
leave it up
and,
for us.
Maybe that will be successful for them. Of course, you know, there are some good answers into the Rise up and available, like the Casio, like the Anivia.
But I don't think Quid as like a player to be super like famous, I guess you could say. Like famous for his Casio as Anivia compared to like Quad would be, you know, Quad's Casio.
Horn.
So I don't even know if Quid's gonna go that route. He might even go the Yone. Like he's shown the Yone into Rise, and then they already have the AP from the Rumble. So that's what I would imagine Teal's looking at right now, and just finding something. So it could be like Sejuani Yone on 4-5 for Team Liquid if they don't end up target banning it here.
So if you're Lion, would you rather them ban the Lee Sin or ban out the Quid Yone?
Ban the Yone.
I would give the Lee Sin.
Yeah, ban the Yone.
Quid doesn't, like, I don't really see Quid as the guy who's going to go.
Really? You thought we were going to, okay.
But they did ban Annie instead.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Annie out of the picture alongside that Wukong. So 2 mid laners, 3 junglers banned out by LYON. Very specifically focusing.
If Quid feels confident on the Yone, give him the Yone.
Though the bans covering a little bit of everything. We almost have a full team composition in the Team Liquid bans in this game number 2. Will the last one also be a top laner? Do they want to also ban out something like the Cassante, another one of those traditional tanks that is often picked into Rumble?
Mbessa?
No,
fine with that.
Mbessa instead.
So Mbessa going to get banned out. So it will be interesting.
Castle's
to
pretty
see,
good on
where
Mbessa,
they
so I'm
go.
fine
I mean,
with that.
Castle obviously is more known for his laning phase, so I think they're giving a little bit of a nod to that. Does have a strong Mbessa.
Yeah, I mean, the Mbessa Rumble matchup is, like, as far as I understand, from Dana's perspective, it's a little bit losing early, but then as you scale as Mbessa, it goes better and better.
Inspired
and better as the
by,
game
makes
goes on.
sense.
You get your Eclipse and your double shield.
Once you have
So it
Eclipse,
makes sense.
every matchup I feel like is good for Mbessa.
A lockdown jungler onto
For sure.
Caitlyn.
Vi gonna be
Interesting.
the pick here.
Silas
So now we're gonna
also
find
a
out,
fun
what
pick.
Quid is actually looking towards, if it is kind of what you're predicting, more of these aggressive picks, or if it is something a bit
I don't
more
like the
standard.
Victor
Obviously,
personally.
You know, the standard meta picks are more the Casio, the Anivia. Do you feel those matchups have changed much with the removal of Phase Rush? You know,
I think the Rise Casio one has changed a little bit because Phase Rush is gone, and now there's Deathfire Touch, which
There's
Casio
the Yone.
currently loves.
Okay.
So it's a little bit buff for Casio, but we still got the Yone. It's Quid's Yone. I think this is like the champ I think of when I think of him. It's like that and Silas. So to me, it's no surprise he does this. I'm curious what he pairs with it though.
Ooh, Shen. We might actually get the Shen answer that we've been seeing, obviously, you know, from Griffin a fair bit into the Vi. It is considered to be a pretty good matchup. You can kind of just power farm and stand united when he gets his cease and desist. So, you know, it can be pretty powerful. Also, a great dive buddy with the Yone. So if the Yone is going in, you can use that stand united very aggressively, but instead it is going to be the Skarner, which, how do you feel about that?
I like the Shen, honestly, a little bit more than this.
I like the Shen a lot better over this.
On the Shen. So I think you can just take a common tank champion, Skarner, and just, because Skarner's alright in Devi.
All right, LYON, what is our last pick going to be here for that top lane?
It looks like there might be flexing Devi's top lane in the Rumble.
Well, because I remember with the interview that we had with Raz and Rigby in game number 1, Rigby was talking about we have a strategy, we have a way we want to approach this game. That's why Dokla's in game number 1. We're going to see how things play out, how we want to shift these guys around, if we want to shift these guys around, and it looks like that shift is Rise top for Castle in game number 2.
And that's what happens to you often in solo queue if you're going to blind Rumble, is you are going to be playing against some of these more like AP matchups, difficult matchups for Rumble. Obviously, it has a lot of really good matchups in pro play where people are just kind of blinding melee, so you can get the push, you can poke them down. But how do you expect this top lane to go? Have you been seeing this at all?
I've not seen this too much, and I'm also obviously not a top laner. But in the past, I have seen Rise play through the
like
Rumble
Lion's
and
draft
just, like, really
a
lane
little bit
dominant,
better
and he's trying to hump Rumble
based on how they want to play
over him.
the
He
game
just
right now.
plays from bush a little bit and just EQ. And then
This is Castle's first game on LYON, yes.
Ari just has always your ult, but then her W even.
Once again, I think they have a winning. I think topside wins with Rise, like range versus melee matchup feels fantastic. Bot lane's going to be a battle, and mid lane, I don't know. I'm assuming Ari's better than Yone.
So you say that when you think of Quid, you think of his Yone alongside his Silas as an iconic champion. You say that Saint's Ari specifically is also very good. Which one would you give the edge in this head-to-head, knowing not just the champions and how they interact, but the players as the pilots?
I'm always a fan of Vi-Ari combo.
Okay.
And I think it can be good into everything but Skarner if you get the Vi combo on Vi ult onto Ari Charm. Anyone but Skarner this game.
We need bot lane to win here, in my opinion.
And I also feel like there's pretty good gank setup.
We really
it's tough on Rumble
need
when you're trying
bot
not to
lane
push, right? You
to
know, this
win
champion
here.
kind of just auto pushes, and then you just get room prisoned into all of a sudden here comes the Vi for a lane gank or whatever. You can get picked off as well.
Here's a look at the current state of LYON's win streaking here with their top lane. As you can see, a single game loss to Dig earlier on, and then win for Big Dokes. So Castle's got to make sure he steps up here on this Rise switcheroo.
I feel like this might just be the disparity within the LCS right now, though. It's like Dig, Shopify, DSG, Sentinels, like the lower, literally the lower half of the bracket.
Yeah.
And then, you know,
Yawn,
TL.
why
So
the
who
fuck
knows
are
how this
we
game can go.
using
It is
barriers
really
so
interesting.
early?
You know, you guys are the only ones who actually have beaten them in a series, but we have Jat standing by with TLAW's coach Spawn for an interview.
Thanks, Azel. We were just chatting. You sat down. You said, what a disappointing game one. You want to talk me through?
Yeah, it just sucks to lose in the fashion that we lost, to be completely honest. We feel like we're a better team than that, and they kind of ran us around the map and made us look a little bit silly. So hopefully we show something more this game.
Yeah, what are the adjustments here in game 2 with this Yone draft?
A lot more fighting power, and then a lot more side lane control. I felt like when they had side lane control, even though we had like technically a stronger team fight comp, it just dictated where and when they fought. So try and get rid of that a little bit and try and make some adjustments.
I was a little surprised to see Dokla in game 1 after the Castle news, but is that something you guys were preparing for all week?
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to when we bought UG in last year, right? We played Umpty the first time around. You just want to make sure they're as comfortable as possible. Don't really want to throw them into a deep end. Like, Dokla's obviously prepared with the team, like, the whole time. So, Quid. Okay, he's all right. Yeah, so I wasn't really expecting Castle to play, but we were prepared for anything.
Sounds good. And what do you think has to happen here in game 2 to win the game?
I think like we just need to keep the gold within touching distance this time around, and then I think that you know, make sure that we set up on the Caitlyn side of the map so she doesn't get caught out, especially when she has no flash, and then should be okay.
All right, thanks very much, Spawn. I'll let you get back to the coach room thing you got, and we'll go back to the casters.
Yeah, go back to that coach room thing you got, buddy.
Yep, have fun over there. I'm sure it's going to be a better time.
Bot lane is ahead.
Here
We are winning the early bot lane trade, which is massive.
Could have potentially been a solo death.
Mid lane is a bit behind.
On the Orb of Deception,
Ari's putting him in the dirt.
Find himself at death's door, but his farming is struggling a little bit.
Bot lane is big.
I mean, even though his farming's struggling, he has made Saint go so now it's like the easy part of Yone lane. Like it's push, and now we can just take a quick easy base. Even though he's down a little bit of CS, it's not like the end of the world.
Yeah, was able to recover there. I mean, it really was just that critical moment. He used the Soul Unbound really well to dodge the pullback of the Q, the Orb of Deception, because if that hit as well, I feel like he might have had to flash or he might have actually been going to die there. So played that well, and then was able to dodge the next charm with his Soul Unbound as well. So, you know, Quid handling the
9 CS lead bot lane. Come on.
Yeah. And then since he was able to push mid wave in first, he bases first, which means he can TV back first, and now he's mid prowl. So now he can stack the Q3. I don't know if he's going to look for something, but now he's a little bit more control in the lane, which is just the hardest part of this Yone Ahri matchup.
You can see immediately right there, ready to use the Soul Unbound, recognizing Saint is going to hit him as soon as he goes for the cannon, so manages to preserve most of his health bar there. We'll check back in on mid lane here in a little bit. Going down to the bottom side, APA, you even mentioned that it felt like game number 1 was built off of the early lead in bottom lane. Then that transitions into Dragon Control. And right now, it looks like Berserker and Isles might have the push for the moment, but it is still Yawn and Core JJ ahead in farm, as you would expect the Caitlyn lane to be.
Yeah, I mean, everything just kind of seems normal. Like, both junglers are full clearing down. This is their second full clear, and I imagine it'll just be a fight, honestly, for the 530 crowd that's going to come up. So it's going to, in my opinion, be like all hands on deck for both teams, and we'll just see what happens.
It's actually really interesting to me that we
God, dude, I'm nervous.
Because we got Castle versus Morgan last
Jesus,
week.
normally I talk a lot more.
Team, right?
I just feel like I'm not saying anything right now. Like I'm just so locked in.
Big lane advantages. Of course, my question for Castle is, can you convert those leads into team fight advantages, right? You know, I think they kind of have inverse strengths and weaknesses when you look at Dokla and Castle.
Yeah, just you. Everything's good
you can
on
kind of give them
my
a
side.
little bit of a break. He's like, well, your team's not very good. You're generally going to lose. It's harder to actually convert. What's your kind of a take on Castle versus Dokla? And do you see, you know, Castle as a strong player?
I personally think Castle's a very good laner, but I'm not sure how like tested he is in the sense of the macro game, the actual play in the mid game portion, because he's just always been on low tier teams, and like let's be real, he's always losing on low tier teams. So it's hard to tell if he has a good mind for the game or if he's just a really good laner. And I think him going to LYON, and of course him going to LYON with Inspired, will like truly put him to the test and like
lost a little bit of CS pressure. Oh, that's a big trade.
See how well that works out.
That's a big trade.
Is now down the bottom.
Come on.
Berserker in some danger. 200 HP left on that Lucian. Got to get back as Yawn and Core doing a good job layering.
Here we go.
CC.
But you know Vi's in the area.
To guarantee extra headshots.
Nice.
Extra burst
there we
damage
go.
in that trade.
I mean, it is just like
big
playing a
trade
bullet
bot
when you play
lane.
against
Come on.
Lux Caitlyn, Nico Caitlyn, Morgana Caitlyn. You dodging everything, the whole lane. You're feeling really good. You get hit by 1 Tangle Barbs. There's a trap for a headshot. There's 90 caliber net for a headshot. You're getting hit by the Piltover of Peacemaker. Barrier heal gone. Back to base.
Yeah. I mean, this, from jungle perspective, I always talk about Blauber with this. The 530 crab, it should give Jose 6 unless he missed Krugs or something. Okay. He might have... I'm not sure what happened. He must have missed Krugs or like a small raptor, but it should have gave him 6. And then it could have been like Dragon Threat, but now since it didn't give him 6.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
they just
Quid immediately committing the Fate Sealed, going in here after Inspired, who nice use of the Vault Breaker there, finds his moment to sneak past
job,
without
Inspired,
being
and
body
getting out.
blocked, gets away without spinning the flash.
Yeah, that was pretty cute. I mean, it's him and Quid both juking back and forth. Quid is trying to get hit by the Vault Breaker, so he has to, you know, flash over the wall and use that. And of course, Inspired was able to get away without actually expending it. So at the end of the day, that is the ultimate down there for Quid for no real advantage.
Yeah, I mean, just both junglers back to full clearing. He did get the crowd, didn't give him 6. I'm not sure why, but looks like both junglers are just going to full clear down again, and then it's just going to be more of clear to bot and the bot hump.
What do you see as the team that has like the better scaling or the better team fight? Like, which comp would you rather be playing if you could just sub in right now?
Well, I think right now, bot lane gap is probably the biggest gap, so I'd rather be on the TL side.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how good my Yone
Take your
would
back,
be.
get your item if you can.
But right now it does look, 20 CS lead, and they have what, 2?
Could also try and get dragged
already.
soon.
So that just feels nice as a mid laner when you're slowly losing in a matchup like this.
Good trade from
Saint
Quid
doing
here.
a good job interrupting potential recall there from
Nice.
Quid. Not going to allow him to take that one. Saint still maintaining about that one wave CS advantage that he built for himself very, very early on in the lane. So Quid hasn't fallen.
Oh,
any
we have
further
eyes
behind
on.
in
Oh,
that regard.
he smited
So
early.
Yodo is going to come down here, see Inspired looking to take this first Drake.
He saw him
Mount
smite.
Drake?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Inspired's just going to have to jump back over the wall. Jose also has the 1 level advantage here.
Yeah, Inspired, I think, was going to have his second charge of Smite pretty soon. So I guess his thought process was, I was just going to sneak this, so I'll just double smite the dragon and just trying to solo it down. But since Jose is in the area, he gets pushed off, no problem, and ends up being a bit of a waste. You know, thought he had core on that reset timer, that they would have control and maybe be able to sneak away a dragon.
That's fine.
Which we're seeing a lot more, I think,
Morgan,
like
way more
early
even
minutes.
than
Like
he
in
was
your
in some of
series,
these
it was
matchups
like
that he was playing
dragon
last
at
week.
5 minutes in a lot of these games.
I think a lot of teams right now in the world don't think Grubs is that powerful.
Yeah.
And so, like, you can get Dragon, don't care about Grubs, you can dive bot or just farm camps or whatever, and just play for the second Dragon at 10 or 11 minutes.
TP back.
So that's currently what I think it's like. It's
I'm assuming he's going to have full
Vi
boots.
is not the strongest early game champ to, like, make a skirmish, so maybe that's what Inspired's thinking. He's like, I'm not that strong, my mid laner is strong, but my bot lane's losing, so I'm just going to try and sneak this Dragon real quick and not let the TL bot lane, like, Dragon stack.
Speaking of that
TL
can't
do
bot
anything
lane,
with it.
they have their jungler
Fine.
down here, but Jose Diodo not willing to wait too
8 CS
long
lead
for
top
something
side.
to happen. Does go ahead
Mid
and
lane's
take the
down
recall,
11.
completes
Expected for a
his
Yone
first item
versus
there
Ari.
with the
Fine.
protoplasm harness. Very, very cheap overall purchase point. Nice early power spike for Skarner.
Stop
Makes him
the back.
deceptively
Good.
difficult to kill.
I mean, I think it's really important to keep your farm up, and especially when you're playing against Inspired, who is so farm heavy. And we saw last game at 27 minutes, Inspired had 250 CS on Jarvan, right?
Yeah.
Like, he is going to get his farm, he's going to get his levels, and if you are not keeping up, he's going to start taking your camps, he's going to start being in your face.
If we're
and that
giving
can make it
3
really
Void
difficult,
Grubs,
but
can
I'm kind of
with
curious
that,
on your take on
I
Gladys
don't
Greaves.
like that, but
Gladys
fine.
Greaves is going to be purchased up here for Quid. There's
Can we get
obviously a lot
Dragon
of
for that?
discussion, you know, how they can perform better in scrims and solo queue because there's so many kills, so you get all the stacks really quick. But in pro play, a lot of people feel like it's maybe being over prioritized. So
Should be able to get
how
a
do you
second
view
play
it?
for.
Personally, I'm not the biggest fan. I also know against
we
the
get a play for
LYON
that?
team
I don't
specifically,
know.
they play games really slow. I'm not sure how many stacks Quid is going to get. And if you compare the mid lane quest, Berserker Greaves already gives you 5% lifesteal, which is roughly what Gladys Greaves gives you right now. So
there we go.
Obviously, if he gets, I think it's 6 stacks at the most. If he gets 6 kills, 6 assists, it's going to be more valuable.
That's all. That's
but
TikTok.
just
If I
think
don't
he's gonna get
interact
a
with
lot
the
of
TikTok client every now and
assists
then.
this game. And it doesn't even seem like you have to fight over the first dragon either. So unless someone creates a massive advantage, it's hard to envision these boots being better in my opinion.
Yeah, it kind of feels similar to the whole discussion around Collector to me, where it's like Collector feels really good when you get an early.
I mean, I
buy,
think we're
you
not
have
taking
early
the dragon
lethality,
to try and
you're
stall
scrapping a
out
lot,
the
You're
game,
getting
to
all
be
these
honest.
kills, and then you bring
As
it to
long as
stage,
it
and all of a sudden
maintains
it's a
in this
0-0
state
game
for a bit,
at
I think
22
we
minutes,
scale
and you're like,
a lot
Crisante has
better.
300 armor.
So
and
it's
you're
fine.
I got 10 lethality.
290 now. All right. Well, now Team Liquid, once again, looking around this bottom lane. Jose Diodo on the prowl, just going to move away some of this vision right now. as he has the smallest of gold leads over Inspired, and it looks like he's going to use the control that Yon and Core JJ have, the lead that they have.
Pickaxe and full boost. We should be able to take this fight if we want it.
This Dragon. They've also got the rotation over from Quid on that Yone. So Team Liquid is saying, all right, let's go ahead. Let's secure the objective.
Yep.
Got it down to about 2,000 HP. Inspired is in the area, but he's not going to move
there
up
we
and
go.
try to contest
And
this
stalls
one.
the game out pretty long.
TL,
Nice.
Very late first Drake, 11 minutes in.
It just feels so hard for LYON to walk into that Drake. Like, even though Saint has Prow on mid lane, Quid's already in the river. He's with TL hitting the Dragon, so it's just so difficult to walk in 4v3. And it's like, Ahri can't really face check, Ahri can't do that stuff by herself. So they're just fighting the 4v3, so
Keep
it
up
makes
the poke,
sense for them
Yon.
to give.
Come on.
Berserker and Isles, I feel like, have done a pretty good job of just kind of mitigating loss. Like, obviously, they're losing the 2v2, but when we checked in, they were down at that one point, you know, nearly 20 CS. And as he picks up this wave, he's going to be down like 5,
Quid
6
just
CS
getting
maybe.
poked out
It's one of
consistently
the
in this
things, you know,
matchup.
when I think about
but it's
Isles
fine.
and Berserker as a lane,
Look
when
at how
Yunara
far he's
Lulu was
chunking
really
this
struggling,
down.
they were one of the only 2v2s that actually was successful with it, often because I feel like they are really good at giving up the minimum, surviving, making sure they're never allowing you to just get a free kill or something in Snowball.
Saint trying to escape Jose Diodo here in the mid lane, but Jose hits the maximum range on the Eastral's impact to find the wall slam on Saint, forces the flash afterwards, otherwise he's guaranteed to be caught in the Impale. So nice gank there from
bot
Jose.
lane is
I want to
super
bring the
ahead.
perspective to top lane a little bit. Even though we have the Rise counter pick, it seems like we're relatively even, you know, up 100 gold, but that doesn't matter in the grand scheme
There we
of
go.
things.
Keep it up. Come on.
And I'm not sure how much this Rise pick is going to be more valuable than Rumble later on. You know, you have the burn into the Skarner ult and the Yone ult or Nico ult. I feel like the counter pick's not working out as much as Castle might have hoped. He's not up enough to like.
No, Morgan is playing this so much better than he did last week.
How do you
Not
feel
the matchup,
about
but just
Rise
like
versus Yone in the
him
soul,
versus
in
Castle.
the soul lanes later, like inside lanes? You know, if you're split pushing, because obviously, you know, Spawn was talking about how he felt like they had an advantage inside lanes this game.
I feel like Yone should win unless Rise is too far ahead, which he's not in this game. So once Yone gets his Bork, and if he meets Rise, it's not really a lot Rise can do about it. He doesn't lose really hard, but if Yone stacks Q3, gets on you with E, it can be difficult. You don't. It's also the sustain gap that Yone has compared to Rise.
All right, checking out our split map angle here. Now down the bottom, it's Quid versus Saint
Quid,
still.
get out.
Inspired, ready to come in and make this Vi Ahri combo work out. Nice charm there onto Quid, who continues.
Is he going to be able to get out? Nope.
Away. He did a good job trying to
God
buffer
damn
out
it,
there
Quid,
with
come
Fate
on.
Seal to cancel Inspired's ulti, but it will not matter anyway. It's first blood to LYON 13 minutes into the game.
I mean, just nice play. They knew that Quid was going to Q3 forward. They probably said that this guy's playing a little bit too aggressive. Inspired comes just through the lane. And even though Quid does mechanically play well and buffer the Vialt, you're still stuck in place from the Vialt, even a screen away. So the charm still is guaranteed. And yeah, it was a nice play from LYON.
Yep, and they are able to chase him down. And it also sucks because that costs his flash, right? When you die and you lose your flash, it always feels so painful because your opponents didn't even spend a flash to get a kill
Yon
there.
is still
and now,
scaling.
The repeat gank
That's
is
like the
that
one
much
good
more
thing you have to
easy.
go with here.
And yeah, you can play safe, but then you're not actually getting any push in the side lanes. You're not creating any pressure, and there's disadvantages caused by that as well.
Yeah.
You can see Jose Diodo tunneling through the wall there, looking towards Saint. One of the things that he always has
Good
to be
tempo
so
play.
mindful of
Really good tempo
is
play
that
here.
RCC will just cancel Skarner out of his tunneling no matter what. So
Jose's just stopping them from backing. We're going to get this tower because of it now.
Otherwise, an Ahri charm
Really
or
good
Emilio
tempo play.
kick is just going to immediately ruin your day. But this does create enough space for Team Liquid to go for the first turret of the game down here in bottom lane. Quid should be able to pick that one up himself, and it brings the goal right back to dead even with 25 seconds until the Rift Herald spawns.
I actually really like that play from TL. It felt like Saint super overstayed because he had so much gold, and he wasn't even on one completed item. When he goes back, he completes an item and has another finished codex on top. He overstays bot. Quid gets back. Jose and
Quid
Core
needs
do
to
a
keep
really
up
good
the
job
side
of
lane
keeping
pressure now.
Saint around, and with Inspired
Yon
having
just
no
has to
ult,
keep
you know,
farming
there's
mid.
no real chance of a fight. So they actually
Keep
end up getting
farming
Quid
it.
first tower and getting him a bunch of gold, and now Quid is way closer than he was.
Yeah, and even though the first play was good for a LYON, like you said, it's just too much of an overstay from Saint. He should have just based earlier, or if he's not going to base, he should honestly just fight them because he's not weak. I don't know he's no ult. So, like, all that hard work from LYON, it's put to nothing, and now, like, I see Quid, he is, what's it called, Bork into Castle right now. I think he's going to run Castle in the side lane if he's optioned to fight him.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. These tempo plays can be so impactful. And it's not like immediately obvious when you're watching it, but just overstaying in that position, you lost all the advantage that you really did gain.
Still only a 10 CS lead on bot side, but the plate
game.
difference leads to the 300 gold lead.
The teams here at
Slight CS lead and a little bit of plates for
spawn.
Castle. Gives him an
really,
advantage.
Way
Obviously, the kill onto Inspired.
Herald is already on the map, and that's where Team Liquid is looking right now. Jose Diodo going to go ahead and begin
so that's
the objective
TP from
here,
Ari.
as Quid also crashes the top wave.
Rise has TP from bot side. Rumble has TP as well.
Over the lanes, priority over the Rift, as they have the objective down to about half HP.
Good vision on that play. Nice. Morgan's here without even using TP.
LYON looks like they're not really going to contest for this. So TL
good TP. Somebody's got to TP bot side.
I mean,
somebody's got to go protect that tower.
Castle does have push bot, so he's going to get at least 1 plate, maybe 2 plates bot, I would think. And, that is kind of the cost, right? You're giving up these minions. You're giving up some tower damage here. But Morgan has that move and was ready for a fight. So even
unless we get the dragon, then that's a big play for us.
A fight like that, and I feel like it's just not worth taking.
Yeah, I mean, even though Morgan moved up, he still was around for the dragon. So you saw Inspired try to do the dragon because it's like, oh, they're top side, so I'm going to go bot side, try and do the dragon. But Morgan's still moving around. He said, I don't care about this ball. I'm going to give it anyways. I'm just going to go check you on dragon. So now they lose Rift Herald for 2-ish plates, it looks like, bot lane, and a couple waves.
TikTok can't hear me.
So, like,
and I really like a play like that from a Rumble, right? If you're playing a champion that has to win side lane 1v1, it's kind of different. But Rumble is mostly clear waves and team fight, right? Yeah. So I feel like it's okay to drop a wave or two, for these kind of plays where you move up for the Herald, you help your team get that, you push them off the dragon, you lose 6 CS, who cares?
And now you see from the teal side, even though they got Rift Herald, now they're also getting the dragon. And to me, a lot of the credit goes to Morgan for this. He moved up for Rift Herald, he dropped a couple waves. Sure.
All right. Well, that would be why people couldn't hear me.
2 mini waves, but you have 2 objectives just for him moving and playing the map well.
I was doubled up on audio the other day. Now it's better.
But also
Jesus.
A much slower game than we got the first time around. Only 1 kill as the clock is about to hit 18 minutes. Both sides just comfortable playing this one at a snail's pace.
So last time we checked in, you were talking about, okay, well, pretty significant bot lane advantage for TL. That was early on, so you'd rather be in their shoes.
LYON, not necessarily near
gold, and it is the 2 dragon advantage for TL. Do you still
LYON not near IE
TL's
yet.
Position in this game?
Still a ways away.
I think right now I could honestly go either way. It's like they have the Vi, which could pick off the Yone or Rumble in the side lane. But when you go into team fight, it's like TL has so much tools to just wombo combo everything. Skarner ult into Rumble, or Nico ult into Skarner, into Yone, and like Caitlyn putting traps underneath everyone. It feels like the team fights can be a bit difficult for LYON, but they have so much pick play with the Vi-Ahri combination, and even Lucian can just make specific gaps when he sees like someone a bit too far out. And like you see a pick play coming from Inspired here.
He's really waiting on this one, though. Wants to go in after Quid, and there it is. Fate sealed again, trying to buffer through the ulti. Inspired heading back now as Jose Diodo shows up to make it a fair fight.
He gets out. Does he get out? He gets the kill, but Ari's going to trade it.
But good move from Saint, reading that that's where he needs to go. It's a 1-for-1 here at the start as TL wants to commit a teleport. Morgan arrives, but the fight has already faded. Even trade.
That feels really good, though, for LYON at the end of the day, because, again, they spent no flashes. It is a 1-for-1, but Saint gets the kill. Quid loses his flash. And you were getting a push on bot lane. You got the TP off Morgan, so I feel like
this is a really good play from LYON
here. Mechanically well played again from Quid, but still the play does
because they get that bot tower.
Yeah, he's no ultimate.
Yeah, he's really playing with fire here, and the fire comes down.
Now
from
Saint
the sky,
just ran it,
equalizer right where it needs to be. Jose Diodo plenty tanky enough to slam him into the wall there and guarantee they get the kill.
I feel like Saint is just trying to flip it too hard there. Like, I know they have the Rise TP, but Rise really doesn't want to TP yet. He's on so much gold.
We're back. We are so
just
back.
Just accept that. You made a play. It went 50-50 because, honestly, he missed a charm of Vi-ult. I know Yone ulted it, but still, it's guaranteed like we said last time. So just accept, like, I think this is like the same mistake he made last time when TL got the bot lane turret. He's just overstaying a little bit too much.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, especially because Castle was almost basing anyway, so it's like you can just swap out. Castle can TP in and cover that tower. It's not like the tower was going to die and he needed to defend it. So a little bit of a punish there onto Castle, or rather onto Saint. And Castle, you know, is just steadily farming away. You know, took down that bot tier 1.
CS check.
Plate top side.
Down 20 in top side. Mid lane is dead even. Yone Yawn is ahead. But 0-0-0. So Yawn, the bot lane has been not a factor in any of these fights yet.
If you do get hit by 1 CC from TL, it feels like everything else is going to be guaranteed, and you're probably cooked.
I mean, right now I'm just looking at the Rise. Of course, level 16, one of his biggest power specs in the game.
That bad
He's
trade
level
from
15
Yawn
right now,
there.
and Roa hasn't even procced. So
Really
he's
bad
gonna get
trade from
16
Yawn
before
there.
Anything really happens?
That's the advantage of playing Rise top lane, right? The top lane quest gives you a lot of XP.
Yep, and that timer on that next dragon
Berserker?
is right about where it'll need to be for those 10 stacks.
Berserker is not
the target
dead.
stays alive though. Isles with the breath of life, guaranteeing that he gets his 80 carry away.
That's actually crazy. When he didn't flash, I thought he was completely dead, but he just tanks everything. They use the barrier, the heal, the breath of life, the shields, and he does stay alive without even using the flash.
All right, what is Inspire going to do for a counterplay?
Jose has Rift Herald, of course, from before when Morgan got them the Rift Herald. So now we can just Rift Herald mid. Doesn't look like we're going to get
He's
the
going to
full
try and
turret,
make a play
but
on
even
bot.
just sending that turret so low, one more movement from Team Liquid into the mid lane, we're going to take mid turret. And then playing mid as Lucian with no mid turret behind you is so scary.
Castle still just defending underneath this tier 1 turret.
We're in a good spot.
He did take
We are
over to
perfectly
9 stacks
fine.
on the Roa before it hit 1 minute on the clock to the Infernal Drake, so he will guaranteed be level 16 by then. Depending on how much experience he can get from the waves, he might even be able to get close to 17 by the time that this fight rolls around, and that is just nightmare material.
Advantage in jungle, advantage bot side, mid lane is dead even.
Seraph's Embrace already fully evolved here too, so
You know, it has been like
the extra
non-stop
shield
negative
if that
comments
Team
from
Liquid
both Twitch and
combo does
YouTube
land.
in one
Less than 30
capacity or
seconds
another,
now
rather than
until the
just
Infernal Drake
enjoying what is a
spawns, and
very
TL
close
is
series
already
right now.
doing the setup work. You can see the 3 Caitlyn traps
I'm just
on
gonna
the
keep
ramp
locking in on
entry
the
into the
series.
river. They want to make sure this is difficult for LYON to approach.
And no one is answering Quid right now, so Quid is just going to be pushing out bot. Saint has already moved mid to just try to group
Good.
up with
We got
the
pressure
team.
bot side.
Inspired is still clearing camps on top side, so I don't know if they're even going to try to contest.
It feels hard for LYON to break in. Like Inspired's farming what looks like blue right
Morgan
now.
does not have
Dragon's fine. It
TP,
seems
so
like
he
they're
has
just
to
gonna
rotate
give,
down
and
straight. Oh, we're just going to give it?
I guess it's
Perfect.
fine, but
Hell yes.
you're
Come on.
you're
Soul
giving
point.
third Drake when
Ton of
you're not
tempo.
necessarily outscaling.
Love it.
Yeah, it's really scary. I mean, I always feel like when you give Soul Point without fighting, you're basically giving yourself one mistake for the rest of the game, right? You know, you get picked off before a dragon, you misexecute a team fight, you're cooked.
Oh, Berserker, bye-bye.
Now, but the damage arrives from TL.
Fuck yes.
Out in
Baron time, baby.
protection
Come on.
nearby for Berserker on
Grab that
one.
shit.
A pretty critical pick there, as now the enemy AD carry is dead for the next 30 seconds. TL has
Or
already
not.
cleared that dragon off the map.
Or
They're
clear
on Soul
mid.
Point
I don't
like you're
care.
talking about,
Whatever
and
you
they
want to
get
do,
even
do
more.
something. You have Berserker off the map.
For sure, but just want to play it conservative, play for the mid tier 1.
I mean, I guess they're just probably talking like, Dragons are win con. Yes, we did kill Lucian, but we don't need to push the game forward. We don't need to flip a Baron Smite fight between Inspired and Jose. So,
never mind.
LYON now trying to get something back in the top lane. As Castle level 17 on that Rise does knock down the tier 1 turret, second turret of the
Are we
game.
able to get a
claimed
gank
for
here on
LYON.
Rise?
As Jose Diodo makes his way into the top lane, trying to find the angle here, but again, the Rune Prison stops that Ishtal's impact. This is how you deal with Skarner running at you. It's very easy to stop him.
That's his flash. That's fine.
Still forced,
Quid,
though,
I don't
as
know about that
Castle has to
TP.
use the summoner spell to evade the impale.
I don't know about the
Put some
TP,
pressure
Quid.
on there. Spam chat to vote. Who is more likely to win the Kia MVP? Is it Jose or Inspired?
Whoa,
what do you
about
think?
Vulcan?
What do you think?
Where'd Vulcan's
well,
been going this?
Because these two are playing each other.
And we give
So
up
we're
mid
just
tower
talking about
first?
this game.
Really?
Well,
I think Vulcan and Thanatos both have a shot.
Ooh, immediately though,
Fuck.
LYON's going in for
Right.
the dive.
Gee, we
and
give up
there's
mid-tower
your
and the
combo.
goddamn kill?
Once again, it's
For
Inspired
what?
and Saint working together. The Vi Ari, like you talked about, APA, just that incredibly effective combo. This time around, it's finally not the Yone that's the victim of that play. Instead, it is Yon's first death of the game on his Caitlyn.
Yeah, I mean, they put
Everybody's backing. Why the
Jose
fuck are
Quid
we
to
up
try
that
and
far?
break that top turret, get Castle's flash. But then, of course, when you put people topside and overnumber, who's alone? Your ADC. And then Vi Ari in the bot jungle, they obviously find Yon, and just looks like a good play from them.
This is the
We're gonna
live
gank
chat
top
vote. So
again?
people still pretty
Oh, that's a
heavily
kill.
on the
Never
Jose
mind.
side. He is a very popular player, so
mind.
obviously a lot of fans there backing Jose. What's your take? Obviously, if you can't vote for C9 because you're on C9.
Yeah, I'm biased,
so
of course.
well, but that's also how just the voting works. You can't vote for your own team in the awards, right? So who would you be favoring so far?
I personally think Jose has had a better split than Inspired. I think my personal read is, yes, Inspire is a good player, but he doesn't really turn it on in the regular season. He turns it on in playoffs.
Yeah.
As
Agreed.
As everyone saw
100% agreed.
They were like 5th place, and then, of course, they won. So I don't think Inspire's playing bad, but he hasn't been inspired.
He's not fully
He hasn't
locked
been
in.
inspiring
Okay,
He's not
I
inspiring
see.
me for MVP.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Fair enough. He's got about 1/3 of the vote here compared to Jose Dioto's 2/3 in our chat poll thus far. LYON still at about a 1,500 gold lead, but time is ticking. Azale, you already said it earlier. It feels like
2
when you
minutes
give
until
Soul
Dragon.
Point without a fight,
Fine.
you are allowing yourself one more big mistake for the rest of the game, because at any point, if they win the Dragon fight from here on out, they claim the
TP
Infernal
still
Soul.
down on
It's
Saint.
less than 2 minutes now.
Can't really
so the pressure is on
Quid
for LYON.
TP
We
down
saw
as well.
last time. TL was first to the bottom side. River
I don't like
set up the
having
Caitlyn
Quid
traps,
topside.
and it felt impossible for LYON to approach.
Yeah, it is going to be really hard. So I think it's important for LYON to get there early this time and have their vision and try to contest.
We're not
the
bleeding
entrance.
out yet. We're
Yeah,
fine.
I
It's a
think, like,
1.5k
straight
gold
eye
lead on
contact
their
fight
side.
against Caitlyn and Nico and all these like wombo combo champs in the zone might be hard. So I'm looking at Saint and Inspired to see if they can find something, some way to push in through a side lane, push in through like an angle on mid, and then make a funny angle where someone splits.
And I'm looking at the fact that Death Cap just
All
got
right,
completed.
everything's slowed
GA
down.
just got completed. Actualizer is done. LYON is hitting all these big power spikes. Yeah, Jose's on 3 items too, but he's on, the
Thrift
garage
store
sale
items.
build. It's
Yeah.
a support item. So I do think LYON have
Is
basically
Young gonna be able to get
staked
full
their
item here?
game on this one fight. They have gotten as strong
If
as
he
they
can,
possibly
that's massive. Please tell me
And,
he can.
Inspired is doing Inspired
3 items
things,
would be so
power
big for him.
farming, and is on that 3-item GA spike here for the Soul
Yes,
fight.
there we go. Rapid fire cannon
Jose is
too.
definitely keeping it closer in farm in this one compared
Oh
to game
god, the
number
item
1, where
spike
there's
though
about
for
that 50
Berserker
gap
is
around this
pretty
point
damn
in that
good.
first one.
I will
this time
say.
around, it's still only a few camps
It's
for Inspired
really
over
good.
his opponent. But yeah, the quality of item difference between the two is
Three,
very noticeable. With that
very
Guardian
important
Angel, of
note though.
course,
3
the
items on
biggest
Saint,
one.
only
Both
2
AD
items on
carries
Quid.
Also on 3 fully completed items. You've got the LDR for Berserker's Lucian. You've got the
Other
rapid fire for
other
Yawn's
than
Caitlyn, which is
Yawn,
gonna give them even more poke potential if they can
feels
set up around
like
this
they
objective
definitely
first.
have
I
item
just want to look at
advantage.
Saint right now. He's trying to create so much zone and just play from a side angle. He's obviously playing with Inspired. And then we have the Lucian Melio, who's so strong going from the front. So if you go and mark Saint, you're giving up your Caitlyn strength a little bit. And now Team Liquid doesn't really have a zone, so they're going to have to walk in blind to what it seems like Viari.
Yeah, Inspired
You're shoved down mid, force them one to you.
Looking for the chance to find a high-value target. Yawn would have to be the highest, I would think.
Saint coming in from
Quid
behind on
Morgan
the flank.
also good
Please
targets
mark
here.
him.
Jose Dioto gets hit with a rune prison.
All right, Saint.
Charm's not quite there in
Charm
time
is
to
down. We
follow
can
up
press
CC,
in.
so Jose's
Oh,
gonna walk forward, flash,
oh,
he's
big
stunned,
play.
straight into the wall, impale right after.
What?
Saint
We
is
just
dead
leave
before the
Yawn
fight even
alone?
starts. Yawn is
Okay,
full
he's
inspired.
fine
Tail
though.
killer
He
Berserker's
lives.
gonna deal with Morgan off on the left side of the fight. LYON has lost the Guardian Angel on their jungler. They've lost their mid laner
Whoa.
already. TL standing strong.
Oh,
as a
Castle's gonna
fire
be able to get Yawn.
Castle goes over,
No,
tries
he's
to
not.
put damage onto Yawn, but no, he's not gonna get
yes.
it. LYON fall apart.
Oh my
and
god.
Team Liquid washes them straight out of mid lane.
I mean, that should be Infernal Soul, that should be Baron. And honestly, that was
Oh.
so insanely well played by Jose.
How the
He
fuck
flashes
did
on
Yawn
counter,
live?
and I personally didn't
There
see
were
the
like
angle.
2
I thought he
different
was
moments
kinda
where they're
toying a little bit,
funneling
but
on
watch,
him and he
connects
somehow didn't
Saint
die.
into the wall, into the R, and it's just all the follow-up CC that we're talking about. Nico ult, Rump.
I mean, look at that.
The
That's
Caitlyn
just
traps on the
crazy.
body. Like, there's so much for them to dodge when
Saint
they're
does, and how the
Yeah, I mean,
fuck
that was really well
Yawn
played
lives
by
there
Jose.
is
He's kind of
crazy.
just stepping back and forth there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, actually pretty big reaction there from Inspired. Obviously frustrated about how that went. I mean, as soon as Saint
There we
is
go.
killed off,
Infernal.
they almost killed Yawn on the dive, right? If Saint isn't dead, that's an easy
he's
kill.
for sure dead.
And Berserker got so much damage out in that fight. So, if like you're
Oh.
talking about, if Saint actually survives, if that CC chain is not perfectly layered, then that fight probably goes horrible for TL. But that is the game decider, and that
Bro, I
is
love
the
this.
risk you take when you
This
give
is
up
what
that
you,
third
dude.
dragon.
This is what you watch for.
Yeah,
The
might have
clench
fight
is
already
just
as
like,
Jose Dioto
it's
has
so
to
much
back
fun.
away. LYON
Jose
entering
Dioto
the
on
TL
a good
jungle,
start.
and Jose is ready to try to turn it
Ooh, you're a
around.
little
Goes to the
deep,
impale, not
Jose.
gonna find anything. Jose Dioto killed at the very start of the fight.
They
but
kill
now
Castle, but
a
Yawn's
counter kill
dead.
immediately for TL as Castle falls. LYON trying to fight further. Yawn has died. Saint with a kill on that.
But I
one,
think we
double
still
kill
win
for
it. Yone is able
Yone,
to clean up.
And everybody
Perfect.
on LYON is just cut down.
Perfect.
There's no
Awesome.
chance now that Infernal Soul extra damage, even though it's
Good on
started a little
Yawn
bit
getting out as
dicey
much
for TL,
damage as he
losing
could there in
Jose
that fight.
immediately,
Great.
They still win the fight.
It almost
Jose
feels like
bought a
Lion might
ton
be
of.
bit
I mean, mean, with the ult, but still bought a ton of time.
Like, they're playing slow the entire game. They're giving this, giving that, giving objectives. And then there's a random fight over a minion wave in the bot lane.
Yeah, it kind of feels like, you know, maybe they just think they're in a position where it's extremely low chance, so you're going to take anything, right?
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, all right, we got 5% chance, let's go.
Okay.
Comes from Inspired there.
Yeah, it's hard to find the moment where you really feel like you've got the best shot.
And now
when
a
you've
6K
given up the
gold
Inferno
lead for
Soul,
us.
You've given up the Baron.
Hell
It just feels like
yes.
Team Liquid owns
Come
everything
on.
on the map, and right now they do. 6,000 gold lead, Infernal Soul in pocket. You can look at the scoreboard and see a greater than
Quid now with a
1.1K
gold lead. Quid is able to just absolutely
and remember that
carry
Jose still has
these
the
fights.
same number of fully completed items as
Yawn is
Inspired
just going to be
because
chop
he's
liver. I
buying
hate to say it,
cheaper
but he just
stuff.
is.
So if there's anybody that's going to not have the biggest gold lead, I'm totally fine with it.
Yawn
being
is going to
support
die
items.
in all of these fights as they
you're a
just
Skarner,
uber
right?
commit to him. But
you're
Quid, it is on
just your
Quid
His
and
job
Morgan
in
to
the
be able to
previous
follow
fight
up
was
and
very
clean
quick.
up these fights.
Got the E on top of Saint, which I think is a miracle play by Jose. It seemed a little bit difficult with them walking in.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a few of those. Obviously, like Hambach had the pick against you guys as well, where you know it can turn a game completely. You're laughing about it.
Good reminder.
Hey,
Yep.
you guys still won
Take
the
this
series.
tower.
It's okay. I can remind
If
it.
Ari's going to push bot, keep it shoving.
It's still good manner.
It is, exactly. It's not bad manner, you know?
All right, Team Liquid is going to take the tier
There
2
we go.
here in the top lane, 6-3.
5K Baron power play.
As LYON tries to get one back down here in bottom lane, but Saint not going to have enough time alone with that structure.
Morgan's level 19
Yeah, I mean,
now.
You saw the entire game before the
Morgan's
fight.
about to be
It was
level
just,
20.
line up,
He's
take
like
1K
one
roughly
minion wave away
between
from
the
20.
Mirage players, but now it's just after the fight, snap, and then boom, 6K goal lead for Team Liquid. They got everything they want. I feel like LYON has to make some magic happen now for them to pull this one back.
I completely agree. I mean, when you look at how strong the carries are, when Caitlyn gets this point in the game, one headshot is half your
thousands
HP.
of damage at this point.
Yeah, and I always feel like when Yone reaches this point in the game, Yone can miss every ability and just auto-attack you to death.
Auto, yep.
Exactly. It's like, you look at your death recap, it's auto-attacks and a W. Everything else missed, and you still
and
are
he's
dead.
so tanky because he has Immortal Shield Bow. He does
Collapse
have
on
the Glow
bot.
Screws
You have
upgraded.
no
He
objectives
has
up for
more
2
shield
minutes.
power.
Oh, Quid.
LYON's going to full send to go
Oh,
after him, though.
Core.
They can't kill the
Oh
Yone
my
in
God,
time, and the
Core.
counterattack arrives from Team Liquid. Now, finally, the kill goes through. Quid is down. LYON has found a second kill, and honestly,
Yawn's going to clean this up, though.
Yawn's
cleaning
alive.
this
He's
up.
still fighting. He's still firing. He's already got himself a double kill.
Cord, you
TL bites
god.
back.
Yeah, TL able to fight back through
No
that.
way.
That is,
Oh, I thought for sure.
Where's the collector when you need it?
Yeah, I thought for sure that was going to be it.
Jose's going to find him, though. There's no way you're getting out of this.
Bang.
And
Oh
TL
my
do
god.
end up winning the fight at the end of the day. I mean, I think LYON are just taking any angle that they can look for, and I think it wasn't a bad angle by any means. But
Great
Berserker
ult from
just gets
Core
so
being
low from
right
all of
there
this
for
random
whenever
damage that's coming in. He had to dash back over the
Quid
wall, and
gets
as soon as
dove.
he's pushed out, well, you don't really have any consistent damage left.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they're just looking for the magic, and it looked like potentially right there that Quid might have been inting, but he has so much shield power, he has Wit's End now, he has his W, he has so much mobility. It's just like they're down too much in my opinion.
Yeah, and Team Liquid's going to take this opportunity
know.
to grab themselves a mid lane inhibitor, crash the waves in top and bot lane into the tier 3 turrets as well. It was only Isles standing. Inspired has respawned back on the
Just
map now as
play
Morgan
it
goes for his
clean.
full retreat. Isles isn't going to be there.
Elder's
in time
up,
to
Baron's
really
up. Don't
stop
flip it,
anything
Elder. You can
from
flip the
TL.
Baron if you want
About
to,
60
but like
seconds left on the clock
we're
until we
massively
get Baron,
ahead.
and only 15 seconds after that, Elder Dragon
Morgan's
spawns. So I
20,
think we're about to have a
Quid's
pretty explosive
18,
sequence.
Yawn
First, you don't succeed,
17
flip,
over
flip
15
again,
a
because if
Berserker.
Elder,
We're
you know,
fine.
Elder is your last hope. If the soul doesn't work, that's all you can
We
really do.
are
And,
fine.
You know, it's that's really all you got, right? You're hoping you get the Elder.
Mid
'cause that's
lane's
great
down, you
equalizer.
can just
Yeah, I mean,
push
if I were on
top
the Team
side
Liquid side
and
here,
fall back
I
to
would
Baron.
say don't flip Elder. I think this is the really only way we can lose is if Inspired somehow smite steals, and then, you know, they do have enough damage. They're not weak. Like Saints 4 items, Berserker's almost 4 items. So they're not weak, but that would just be what I'm doing on Team Liquid right now. I would just say don't
for
flip Baron,
pick,
push
play
waves
for
in,
vision.
and then just get control and make
Is that
them come
APA
into
casting?
us.
It is.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. And you know, you touched on it. Gluttonous Greaves fully
And
stacked.
APA's
At that
casting
soul
has
fight, by the
been
way,
fantastic,
Quid had
by the
one
way.
stack
The
on
color
Gluttonous Greaves,
commentating
but
that he's been
you
doing
know,
has been
they got
great.
past that, and now he has so much extra Omni Vamp, so much life steal, you know, with this build.
The
and
shielding
his-
too. It gives
Yep.
15% shielding increase. So on his W and the Immortal Shield Bow.
There you
Especially
go.
since
Keep
he's level
pushing mid.
18 and max it out.
I'd like to
Give a
see
lot
us
of shielding
go.
power.
Yeah.
I don't like
Look at
bot
Morgan's
side Elder.
positioning here on a control ward off to the side, ready to drop
Oh
the
my god, they got it
equalizer
right on
needed,
Berserker.
and there
Berserker's
it is,
dead.
fate sealed
Game.
straight into
It's done.
equalizer. Berserker's already
No,
down,
nothing
and
else
Isles
needed. It's
follows.
fine.
Inspired to
Game.
the back line, but he's there all alone. Team Liquid finds 3 kills easy. This third one, it's going to take an extra second from the
just shove it
Guardian
down
Angel,
mid,
but that's
end the
all
game.
a little high inspired. as Castle and Saint got to try to get away here. But Jose Diodo and the rest of Team Liquid are in hot pursuit. It is a 4v2
They
for the
gotta
next
back
30
off. They cleared the wave.
seconds.
Okay.
TL's going to back away.
Fine.
Yeah, just going to go for Elder. Try to just guarantee it. I guess I thought they would have just tried to finish. I mean, Castle was incredibly low. They have the
They know
supers
Saints
coming
know
in.
Ariel too. Like,
Yeah.
They know.
That's
they
fine.
should know
You get free
Castle's
Elder.
flash from the previous fight that they happened. I mean, I get it. It's a tense game. It's like two of the best teams in the league.
Yeah.
But I feel like they could have ended there. They have a 4 of Caitlyn. They have a Yone who's alive.
But
who's
now you
4
gotta
Adams.
go.
He's
You
gonna shred
gotta
the
go to
race.
Baron.
But I guess they're just going to do Outer, maybe go Baron, and then try and end with all the buffs.
Yeah, exactly. You get Elder, that guarantees Baron, and then you kind of walk down, and that, I guess, they think is the 100% play. So, again, playing a little bit more kind of conservative. It was interesting.
Bro,
We had the
APA
comms
and
from Inspire on
Sven
the
both
other
would be
side where they were up,
fantastic on the
11K,
cast.
And Doka was like, we can just fight them and kill them. And he's like, no, shut up. We're going to play, we're going to play smart, and it feels like TL is kind of taking that route as well.
Team Liquid is going to commit to the game-ending play after this Baron, though, because you can see...
You really need to carry the game, bro. When we force Yon flash ult, you need to make plans how we gonna get advantage. You can't just on Rift timing TP top, and then we don't contest Rift, we don't say anything. We have to make a play around this Yon. So if you think he's gonna contest wave, I need to stay top.
Wait, shut up.
Okay, definitely
tense.
some contention there amongst
Ah.
the in LYON. But what I was going to say is, look at the inventory of Yon. When he went back and shopped after they got the Elder, he sold his Doran's Blade and bought Seeker's Arm Guard. So he's
Inspire
ready
went
for
into
anything
full-
they might
oh
try to
God,
send at
same.
him with the Vi Ari to make sure the next fight is the last fight.
Inspire
I'm
went
actually
into
a fan of
full
this kind of
lecture
thing
mode.
as a late game buy. If you have
Yeah.
1,600
And
gold, there's nothing
Saint
better
said,
than
"Shut
you
up,
can
I'm
buy
saving
as
the
an AD
game."
carry in this point of the game.
Like-
How can you possibly lose? Well, you get one shot by Vi Ari. Well,
You
Vi
can't
flash,
tell
press
me
alt,
that
you
locker
press
room's not
stasis,
collapsing
okay,
by
GG.
the
Yeah,
end of
you
the
have a
year.
useless item,
There's
but it's a
no
one-fight
way.
game.
And there's no defensive item in the game that's going to save him from the Vi combo right now. Honestly, except Seeker's Arm Guard.
Yep.
So I think it's a smart buy from Yon.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. But it does signal to me that Team Liquid is done messing around. They've got everything they could possibly have on the map. Both super buffs. They've got the Dragon Soul pushing towards the enemy Nexus turrets now. Quid coming up to join the rest of the team is the equalizer.
Oh, that's one dead already.
JJ goes in to try to find a catch.
That's two.
Immediately
Game.
following up onto Berserker, and both the carries are already down. Team Liquid kills 2 for free. Ace in the hole is going to guarantee the
place your
execution
bets.
on Isles
Is
as
Dokla
well.
coming back in
Inspired
game
and
3 or
Castle
not?
Just sitting in the fountain. Team Liquid 21-8. They're going to take us to game 3.
Was Castle the problem?
And LYON in the
I don't
comments seemed a
think
little
so,
bit
but
frustrated. You know, it seemed like they were reviewing that game in the middle of the game, which, you know,
That's the
can
Inspired Special, honestly.
well, we'll see if they can come back and take down TL in game 3, or if TL are going to clean up this series off the back of
Also,
that. Lounge, what do you
we
think?
do need to say this. By the way, I need to read out some follows real quick. Really quick. Twizna, thank you for the follow, and Clough Mogul or Mowgli, thank you for the follow as well.
Match of the year for me. Like
Match of the year.
Jose Diodo put on the fucking carry pants. And this is what I mean whenever I say that Jose is MVP caliber, if not like it. Because in the game that LYON won, yes, Inspired's scoreline was like good, but it was very much the bot lane play that won them that and put them in a position where obviously, you know, Inspired's able to knock down the pins that other lanes are setting up. Here, the reason why this is Jose Diodo MVP angle is because he is the one making plays on people. He is the one that is helping secure this. Now, obviously not in this fight. This fight was very much Core JJ saving this massively, but Jose hits the taunt as well. But I'm thinking about the topside play burning the flash, the play onto Saint around Dragon. Like, it's just Jose is playmaking to win TL these games. And it's just a thing of beauty right now. It really is.
The fact that it's LYON that's scrambling for these fights is the interesting aspect of this. There's this one as well. Just like the fact that LYON is walking in without vision. They're trying to look for a fight. They're trying to see an angle. Morgan is in a really good position here on a flank just in case there's a commitment happening.
Well, they slammed them on this fight, but they do already have the soul. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Exactly. This was the newest clip that just there's so many fights that this was the newest one actually. So I'm not technically working
Fully
backwards.
expecting
I got one
Dokla
that
back
just
in to
recently happened.
reset.
And so yes, they were slamming fights, and this is I love the interview that you had within the game, Jat, just because talking about how he wanted to be able to find more fights, like being able to pick the fights that they want. You have Nico, you have Skarner, you have Yone, you can find it. Once again, LYON is hunting for a fight, immediately
go from
you
there.
get to see both Jose Diodo and Core JJ in the bush, but they see so many people walking
One game.
in. Core JJ backs away. They put a trap,
One
but the trap
moment
isn't
at a
perfectly
time.
placed to be able to pick. If I remember correctly,
Close it out.
Yes, it was a rise. Now, of course, he
LCS.
walks out of it.
Let's go.
You see Skarner
Liquid.
die immediately.
Bang.
And it
Tweet
looks
is
like it was
out.
going to be a good fight for Lion. But Team Liquid is.
Can someone else explain to me why I'm 5? Why they went Jose top? So the reason why they went Rise top was because it's supposed to be a counterplay into the Rumble with a range versus melee matchup, but Castle really didn't get that much of an advantage on it. It very much went even. And because of that, Rumble is just going to be more effective in the team fight. At least in my opinion.
Such a huge part of these fights.
But it was supposed to be a counter matchup that would give them a lane lead, and
The
did.
journey. Oh, can I not go back?
I can show you. I can show you.
I never go back and spectate.
Oh.
I know.
Also, Makeja, thank you for the follow.
51.
Banger tweet from TL. Oh, I need to see this.
There we go. Now I'm going to disappear behind the computer.
Behind the screen.
So this is basically a play where I just want to call out how Inspired and Saint are going to make a play onto Quid. They're going to kind of clean him up on this bot side of the map. And that sets up for basically Saint to push in this turret and get into a really good position gold-wise over the Yone, right? So I just want to call out how TL get back into this, just because I thought it was a smart play, and I know they kind of pointed out on cast. Here is going to be the gold difference between the two. Now, as you see, Quid's going to respawn soon. He's going to head down to this bot side, and Jose and Core are already moving down here. So because they know Inspired is here, but LYON has been able to rotate down, Quid is coming back to this lane. Core and Jose are just making so much space on this wave, chasing off both Saint and Inspired, that this gets Quid the entire, the rest of the tier 1 down here. And now that gold lead has been shrunk to almost nothing, essentially, right? I actually thought it's a very small thing, but the fact that this is how TL responded to Quid getting caught on that bot side, immediately being like, okay, you know what? Here's how we're gonna get you back into the game off of this next reset. I thought it was really smart. It's one of those small macro things I think TL do really well that can be kind of missed, and led to the Yone being able to take over in a lot of these fights.
And player of the game is Jose Diodo. Casters give him a clean sweep for the Skarner team fighting and also crucial picks. So one of the big things that we didn't cover here on the desk was the one shot he essentially got onto Saints.
Oh, Jesus. Why is that?
Team Liquid the
No.
soul in what could have been the game-deciding fight. So Jose always has the fan vote.
Bro,
as well.
why is my fucking
News.
TikTok live
News.
studio the thing popping up every time that I try and click on this?
So really interesting here because I feel like Castle was a bit of a non-factor. He just played Rise, but I personally was not a fan of that Lion team comp. I felt like having Rumble Rise with the Vi gave them poor team fighting. So now we'll see if Doka can get the Dokless.
I'm gonna I'm gonna blow a gasket if TikTok is still
but it was like it was good for
like
Rise to be
fucking
able to
with me
scale
here.
up, right? But yeah, I think they definitely needed a little bit more space, and I think especially a week off of making the change, this is good data to be able to get from both players and to be able to like look back, especially against one of the best, if not one of the best teams in the league.
This is taking way too goddamn long because TikTok is up and like messing with my ability
You were looking at some of
to
that early laning,
scale
right,
this.
on Rise,
I'm
go
gonna
back and kinda looked at it, 'cause I think
lose it.
the Rigby interview was really interesting, right? Where he was like, okay, you know, we think Castle's a better laner, but Dokla's already in our
Like
system,
literally
so
every
he
like
knows what
I
to
shit
do,
you
he
not.
knows
I
how to
click
communicate with the
I'm
team,
on
and he's
here
very chill.
like I'm not even clicked on TikTok and then it just does that. It like that my hotkey is gone to be able to resize this. It's killing me.
Really important.
Personally, I like more unchill. Viewership perspective, I would like.
Fuck it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna download
straight into game 3. So
large.
of course we're gonna go to a commercial break. After that, game 3, Lion, Team Liquid, who takes it?
Who does take it? I don't know.
And it's still not going to let me resize. I swear to God. I swear to God, I'm going to, like, I'm losing my shit here. Fuck it. It's too late. It's too late. It's wasted. The opportunity's gone. The moment's gone. It's too late. It's too late. I'm frustrated. I don't care. Just put a GIF. SpongeBob. Old man. Thoughts on the Knicks win? Knicks in 4, baby. Oh, man. All right. Game 3, same thing. I like our picking scaling. I like having good team fight like we have right now. I don't want to deviate from that in any capacity. Just don't int your fucking lanes. Also, Z Megatron, thank you for the follow. Okay. Focus up. Focus up. Relax. We are just chilling. Huh. Bro, I have like spit so much this series that it's actually like the pop filter's actually kind of disgusting, not gonna lie. I need to clean that after this is done. My God. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the LCS, where now we are...
That is Dokla, by the way. Is that Dokla? I thought that was Dokla.
As Team Liquid bounced back in game number 2, they brought us to a tied series against LYON. It was a very slow game to begin with, right? Kobe is back on the desk, ready to rejoin us here.
I'm excited to be here for episode number 3 of Listen In on LYON Comms. Holy moly!
Bro, these LYON comms are insane.
Too hot for TV.
It's like, oh my goodness.
We're on the internet.
Woohoo! We're getting some insights
Also
there,
too.
and especially when they're struggling towards a late game. So now with another roster swap, putting Dokla back in, Dokla has had a lot more time than Castle, obviously, on this team.
Yeah.
And Dokla said in multiple interviews that he is, honestly likes the, direct style and the feedback and stuff, and the things that seem very confrontational. From the team. So, maybe that is another thing where you're judging these players, yes, by their play and how they're going to fit in the team and how they deal with the comms, and all kinds of things are going on. But
it's an adjustment for sure, though.
Yeah, wow, there's so many angles now for this team with some of the stuff that we're getting now. I would say
those voice comms are amazing.
They were playing
also,
very well.
Okay,
in
there it
that
is.
Game. Huge credit to TL, especially Jose. This guy, I mean, you keep
there it is.
polls for
Lisa and Ban. We knew it was coming.
The stocks for Jose rose and rose and rose even again.
Do you think there's a chance Inspires gets signed to the LCK after this year? No.
TL, I really
He'll go back to
like
Europe before he ever goes to the
game number
LCK.
2 to push us to this decider.
Absolutely agree. I mean, I think Jose made the game-winning play. It was that catch on to Saint.
E-flash.
Renekton ban.
Sometimes
okay.
that was like very close to the E ending
Interesting.
before hitting the wall, and that's one of the hard things sometimes to judge on
Captain
Scar.
Flowers, ref.
And
See you
having
in the
the
future.
timing
I'm
and
down.
the CC lane that you guys were talking about.
I'm down.
Was clutch.
So Nocturne not going to be banned here by LYON. Instead, LYON are going to be banning Renekton, which is the champion that people most associate with.
So the
Morgan,
Renekton thing definitely took us for a loop if we're
coming
taking
over
this
from the
long to
LCK.
ban.
That was the champion that he was kind of.
Oriana's gone. Talia is up in
think
terms
that
of
might
like
have
the
to do
other
with LYON
common
being
picks that we
first pick.
typically
Maybe you
see.
just want to slam that Nocturne there for yourselves. As we do have the Renekton, the Lee Sin, the Pantheon band out.
This
feels,
with Nocturne up, it feels like you have to pick it if you're Lion.
Lion, especially later in a series, are definitely willing to go Lulu, Nara, or Zeri, or any sort of hyper carry pairing, basically. You can go Nocturne,
Has to be
but
the Nocturne.
I don't know. I don't love Nocturne.
I don't
as like
see how it's
a
not
first pick, because it
Nocturne
really
for
does
them.
require a full dive comp. Obviously, it's such a good pairing with the Orianna. I think it can individually be strong, but you are fully committing and broadcasting to everyone.
Okay.
This is what our comp will do. And look at the win rate.
Okay.
1 in 7, right? You know, it has not really been that successful.
Dokla, when he's tired, just like looks
and
utterly
now,
exhausted.
When you're on the other side, you can be like, all right, we're playing counter engage. With their first pick, I already know exactly what they're going to do, because you can't be like, oh, never mind, we're going to play poke. And now we'll just have Nocturne press R and then strafe. Like, it just doesn't work.
You like cursed name combinations. Whenever
Zaya?
I hear 1 and 7, I think of the
yes.
Brazilian soccer team. So this is soccer.
Yes.
That's what he accomplishes. He kicks the
Oh,
ball.
I love this bot lane for us
So you're
so
saying
much.
He's only sock turn for this game.
Oh.
The win's going to change after this game.
Win or lose, he's no longer sock turn. But for this brief, holy
You're right.
moment
A
in time,
Poppy Lock will
together.
go crazy
Everyone
right now.
watching, congratulations, you're here for this sock turn moment. the one and only this brief period in time, the 1 and 7.
Game 3 polls, you're
but
right.
here's the counter engage that you're talking about. If you see a Nocturne, you say, all right, get me out of there. Zaya airlift, I have a pretty good counter engage option. And to me,
Game
always
3,
like mentioning for Yon and Core
the
JJ, I think
Gamba
they're the
is
most
up in
dangerous
Twitch.
Rakan combos that we have had in this league. They have performed on it way more
The
than
poll
anyone
is
else
up in YouTube.
certainly has. And obviously, Core JJ has his own Rakan skin.
Porky Nami,
so
I don't like,
that's
but
good.
fine.
A little bit more credibility there on top.
Yeah, that helps. I mean, Yon is 3-0 on the pick so far this split.
Yeah, he's shredded.
He is
Dokla probably comes back. I would imagine he does. I find it hard to believe that Dokla would not have it.
He brought it out and was quite effective.
Oh,
there.
Victor. Okay.
And so it is just going to be
another really good quit champ.
A comp built here to absorb the dive. You have Victor, which obviously you can dive on Victor for sure. But Victor can also go some pretty defensive builds, and you can get in towards the Zonias later on.
I need Inspired and
Zaya,
CV Max on the same
with
team.
The
That's all I'm
pretty
saying.
effectively. And Rakan, as you dive in, presses
I'm
R
just saying,
and
I
runs
think
through your
it'd
whole
be
team.
fun.
And that makes it very difficult to follow up.
And yeah, Victor's diveable, but as he sees you diving towards him, he's going to throw down the gravity field. He's going to summon the Arcane Storm. You might get him, but it's going to hurt getting there, and there's still the rest of the team that you've got to deal with. Zaya's ability to not only save herself, but leave an entire field of feathers to, again, counter this dive. I'm curious how Lion is going to back this up with this Nocturne to make it all work out. Getting into second half of the bans,
Azir ban
we do
makes
need
sense.
to see how these are going to work. The Azir banned away by Team Liquid, wanting to make sure they don't just go scaling Control Mage versus scaling Control Mage here in mid, as Wukong is targeted by Lion.
Well, I was going to call out the Akali as a potential ban here, because I'm just thinking about who are your dive buddies, right? Inspired needs some dive buddies, and Saint, generally the champions that he plays, that are aggressive are ones like Akali, which just got
I don't
banned,
know what Jose is
like
going to play
which
here.
just got
That's my
played.
only question.
Yone just got played. Silas, but
Sion is
don't
up,
really
by the
know
way,
that Silas
and
is
I feel
gonna
like
fit as well
Sion
here.
would be
Silas
a
can steal
great
Ronald,
pick for
that's
us.
all right. Maybe something else comes in, but I'm just kind of struggling to think through like what their pairings are that make the Nocturne.
The Fury? I think you just pick Sion here right away.
Maybe they're theorizing that
No?
Morgan is probably going to pick a tank due to the TL team comp, and then maybe they'll have Dokla on some sort of dive/carry top lane option into it.
Sion feels
Maybe
perfect.
That is the angle. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Because TL definitely would benefit from a strong front line still here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Dokla, when we look through what he's played, like he hasn't played Abessa, he hasn't played, HR.
Sion Sedge feels a little low damage.
He does play some aggressive stuff, and he did play one game with Kennen, which I think Kennen fits really well with the comp, but it has to also fit the matchup.
Okay,
right?
Sedge,
and
never
Morgan
mind.
is going to be last
Sedge right
picking
away.
here. Jose just goes Sedge 1,
Interesting.
even focusing with bans the whole
Annie?
series long, but he just goes to another tank here, and Annie, would
God,
obviously be a pretty
I
good
don't
pairing,
like
so
Lion's comp
could
so
be interesting
far.
to see what he goes for, and maybe
Why
they
would you
feel
blind
like
pick
Annie
Sion
Nocturne
just
is
'cause it's
enough, but I
Sion?
do feel like you need another champion in there to get in the back line.
Pain top
Like,
angle,
if I
you're
see
not
an
wrong.
Annie,
Yeah.
Annie classically doesn't like dealing with long-range mage matchups in the mid lane. They just kind of poke her out before she can get into effective range for her own spells. So instead,
And
they're
Dokla
gonna
does
settle
play
on
the Pain top,
Anivia
so
here
yeah, that
for
would.
Lion.
You're
The
right.
question is that top or mid? We will find that out with this last pick for sure. I think it's it's an okay matchup against Victor. Victor can kind of outrange and poke down and get push.
I don't know. What do you round this out for Lion here?
But
it just
Anivia
feels
is
so
not a champion that
counter
wants
to
relocate. Like you
the
set up
Nocturne.
shop, you have control of space in one area, and that's kind of what you're looking for. And I am just a little bit worried.
That though,
it might be.
That's a good pick.
There's that Silas that I had touched on. That was the last kind of.
That's a good pick.
Had left.
Okay.
And they're just going to go for it. So it looks like it probably is going to be Anivia top here, and Saint plus.
Oh, we saw Morgan's Jax last time. He utterly destroyed on it.
Solo queue came Anivia just the other day, so I think that is where it's going as well. And Anivia also is so good into so many matchups on top side. It actually is.
Okay. The last time we saw Morgan pull out the Jax, he got one kill at like 8 minutes and then just took over the game.
That gives you
like
a
entirely.
lot more confidence.
So I really like our draft here.
The Sejuani synergy is very, very strong here. Jax can proc the Sejuani passive very, very quickly. And you have a couple of more ways to play the 2v2. It's going to be interesting, though, too. I think a lot of resources should be spent.
Why do we put Castle or pull Castle for Dokla and Anivia? Because Dokla's a better team fighter.
That can actually open up.
Simply put, Dokla is a better team fighter than Castle is right now, especially in the LYON system.
Silas, constantly having to recall and
I like our draft.
You're taking away the resources of health that he wants to be able to spend to lane effectively, and you kind of get the Silas behind the pace of the game, so that he doesn't scale as well, can't get as tanky and as much cooldown reduction. Then it's going to make him a lot less effective here. So TL, it seems like once again they've built a pretty strong team comp here that kind of forces LYON to work a little bit more for their win con.
And I feel like I like what TL drafted a lot more, right? Like you have good angles of attack, on the top side. Yes, Anivia is really strong in the isolated 1v1.
By the way, if you haven't seen Wemby got called for a flagrant 2 in the San Antonio game, and it's like one of the most clean cold cocks to the jaw you've ever seen in your life.
Against the Jax, where Jax can just constantly jump on you if he gets ahead and can start to really punish. And then you're thinking about all the ability to counter engage. You're trying to engage onto LYON and Quid,
like
through Jax,
straight
through Rakan,
elbow
through
to the
Sejuani.
jaw, and he's literally just going like shoulder level for him, but it's jaw level for everybody else. It's hilarious. I don't think flagrant 2 is an ejection.
It felt like they didn't play the way that they knew that they could, and he was like, I really hope we can show a better game here in number 2. Sure enough, it was slow, but they did. It showed me that Team Liquid had the right perspective, the right outlook on why they lost and how to fix it. And so now I'm curious if LYON will be able to bounce back the same, considering the frustration
he was ejected.
Wait, in their comms. We see both junglers starting on the other guys' Raptors here in game 3.
Oh, right to the jaw.
Are going to split the map here for their Corki Nami lane in the bottom side. Or not even fully split the map. Just go for the Raptors and cross into counter jungle here. So Inspired is showing, so that means Jose knows he's not going to have time to stick around.
Crazy.
It's not going to be a full split map. He says, okay,
oh
fine,
my
I'll
God.
do the Raptor trade with you.
Yeah, I think that's smart. I don't think you can allow your Anivia to get isolated on that side and go into a split map where Anivia has no vision and has to play on the same side as the
straight like
Jax. That would be too difficult.
Like
this
meat
is,
of the elbow
too.
Straight to the jaw. That's hilarious.
Just kind of chain winning games with LYON. They've been doing very well lately. Of course, they did lose their first series of the split against Cloud9, and now going up against TL, the other of the kind of top 3 teams, trying to keep themselves in with a shot for first place. So they have to win this series if they want a shot at first place.
We are getting our shit pushed in bot side.
Bottom lane, LYON and Core are happy. Just farming up underneath the turret right now, Corki and Nami with control over the lane. Powerful duo. And now looking at junglers, pretty standard stuff despite
We're a little bit behind in mid, a little bit behind in bot, a little bit behind in top right now.
Top to bottom side, of course.
Not fantastic, but ultimately fine.
Slightly faster on that one, as you can see him going to the next camp here already.
Yep, going to be feeling pretty good about that. Saint, of course, just trying to withstand
Morgan needs
the
like
pressure from
one moment to flip this matchup on its head, and he can take over.
In this kind of matchup because it is pretty easy to constantly reapply it, and of course, if you keep it going after 3 seconds, it doubles the damage that it does off the initial poke. So, Quid is just constantly trying to look for the reapplication there, but does have to be careful of taking a tower shot because of that DFT.
Morgan is
It's going to be interesting
low,
on second Raptor spawn here because mid lane pressure, as we talked about, Champ Select is going to mean a lot. And they did kind of
bot side is starting to catch up a little bit.
4 Raptors for the really early
good roots.
Timings here. Inspired is going to take the bottom
CS
side
there. Don't like that.
grab and be there for second spawn / the wraparound on Quid. Is going to pass through, but Quid says, fine, I avoid it quite easily, and Inspired is going to get the double.
Exactly. I really like the fact that Inspired just said, you know what, I don't care about my blue buff. We had to waste the extra time because we were walking back and forth to our own sides of the map.
All right,
now
not
I'm
great
just
for
going to
Jose.
instead prioritize
We'll
these
say.
crabs, takes both of the first crab spawns, and then now has his own chickens to go
Lion,
right
Inspired is fast track to level 6, it feels like.
Quite possibly go up to Krebs afterwards, but without going for a recall. So doesn't have any extra. Okay, so now he's going to pass down back to the blue.
Shit. Jose's going for the blue.
Still no. So without the recall,
Gotcha.
yeah, without the recall, you are a little slower. He's debating. He's like, okay, do I need to
Never
defend
mind.
this blue,
We're good.
or does it matter? Do we need to cross again?
And I feel like when you see that TL has bot push and you're expecting Sejuani over there, you saw him on that ward, you just don't want to fight that, right? So he's cross-mapping, seeing if he can trade back any camps, but nothing is up here. And because of kind of the weird start to the game, clearly he doesn't have a perfect count on what camps have been taken by Jose, so he thought he could steal away a camp to trade, wasn't able to do so.
And Jose's got timing.
Now, but it'll be too late, so he needs to get back to base. And as a result, I think Jose's pretty happy about this.
Bro, that's
I like
awesome.
the information gathering and kind of reacting there as he's got the ward that's over by the Raptors and trying to change depending on the movement. So good.
Hey, I'm
honestly,
too crazy.
responses,
Thank you for
this
the
whole
raid,
game
man.
From Jose so far, and farming kind of evenly here does feel pretty nice. I feel
Thank
like
you.
4TL
Hope you all are ready for a banger game
Wade
3
holding on
between
for a
Team
long
Liquid
time.
and
He's really
Lion.
trying to greet the
It
lost
is
chapter, so didn't want to go back to base,
fun.
but he still hasn't even TP'd. And Saint is taking his second base. So Saint is already
Dude,
heading
my
back out from base here twice.
to be
I think the
crude,
wave
my
is gonna be
asshole is
pushing away from him,
clenched.
so is going to lose some
It has
minions
been
in that mid lane. Quinn was able to kinda
since
corral
we
that,
got
and now he's gonna
pounded
TP
game
back.
1. It
Have
has
to
just
assume he
been
has
like
a lost
full
chapter or
lock in,
something. Instead, gonna
just
go for Catalyst.
stressed.
I wanted to
Ready
create
but
for first
stressed.
and did get that, but Saint looks like he missed that cannon, unfortunately.
Yep,
So
I didn't see the yellow number pop up. Unfortunately, the second part of that Q did not explode in time. Poor Saint, RIP. Still feeling all right here in this lane. It's a very slight CS lead. Meanwhile, Corian tried to go in after Berserker, but the fast reaction there. Valks away.
Still
the
no
Lion
back.
ADC to safety.
We're having some pretty late base timings, honestly, in a couple of these lanes.
Yes.
You know, you look down in bot lane as well. Both LYON and Berserker have not yet
Makes you wonder,
based,
is he
and,
going
TL,
Essence
like, as you
Reaver
said, I think are going to be
still,
pretty happy
or
just farming away up on the top side.
is he
Morgan
like
is
going to
doing
grab a
great job
BF
just holding
sword
his
and
own, just trying to
go
survive
go
on their
that
tower
side?
and keep farming.
And honestly, depending on how many of these minions at his tower he picks
Fun
up,
little
as
trade
we
here.
get ults traded in a mid lane. Saint going to be able to push with that one. You know, Morgan now even going offensive on the push back out off of the tower.
Okay, Morgan
That's going to be Dokla Flash has to come here.
Try to find his kill onto
Yep,
Dokla,
there
or
it
at
is.
least try force him into egg. Dokla does stay alive for now.
Core,
Meanwhile,
what the
fight continues
fuck are
down
we
here on the
doing
bottom
here?
Side. Core JJ got to be careful.
Jesus, okay.
Battle dance back towards LYON. Now, I might not be right about this, considering I don't know all the Zyra-Con interactions. Morgan trying to find a stun there onto Inspire, but has to jump back over the wall. I believe that Core JJ had the range on that battle dance just because it's Xayah that he was dancing to. I think that wall would have been slightly too wide on a normal champion, so the synergy paying off there.
Yeah, it did definitely look like
And
it.
free dragon
Some of
for
those
us.
Nice little interactions, of course. You know, for having
Dragon
that
for us
duo.
and a nice little
Was kind of an
CS
interesting
lead.
experiment.
Well, I mean,
Never
it's about
have gone
to
back
after
to
that
it,
wave.
but is a fun.
Saints
duo.
rotating down. Is Inspired
I like
here?
too the
Inspired
choice
is
to
nearby.
trade your flash with the Anivia on top side.
Are they going to go for that die?
Wait a second.
Ooh, Saint just
low.
abscond up duck
Nope.
straight into the brush.
Fine.
Finds Core
Just back
JJ,
off.
who has to use his heal to make sure he doesn't
Just
get too
back
low,
off.
and dances back to the safety of Jose Diodo this time.
It
LYON,
made me
I think,
when Morgan's
is going
for that trade, I'm
Stormrazor
already
first item.
thinking, okay, so that was when both junglers were level
Is there a
5.
Stormrazor? He could be
you-
going
he's
like a
doing
Yuntal's
this
build.
ahead of time to prep the possible Sejuani level.
He
6
did go for the
gank. Like,
BF
again,
with
that
the extended
change
lane
CC
phase.
is incredible. Egg, honestly,
Which
if
is
you
a
don't
really
have the
nice
flash,
power
the
spike
egg
for him
probably
relative to the
isn't gonna
Corki.
matter much at all if you have
Yeah.
Sejuani get up there, because the change CC is so much, and they can pop you in an extended lane. So I want to see
Morgan's
if
going
that's where
top
they
side
actually
again.
do want Jose's pressure, because Jose or Morgan very clearly, doing the early work there.
Yeah. Nice.
Even though we were also kind of looking at mid lane as a possible site, since they still have their flashes, it's not nearly as enticing. And then you always have to second guess yourself when you're playing against Nocturne, though, and not overextend.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that
I
package
feel
was
like
coming
Jose
out.
has just done a really good job of being a bit unpredictable with his pathing, because that's multiple times now that Inspired has crossed thinking there's camps to steal. First he went for the top side, now he goes for the bot side trying to check the red and the
Kardashians
the
don't mind,
rugs,
bro.
try to
I
steal that
know.
away, but they weren't there, so he has to just walk all the way back across the map here. And you can see that nice little trick with the wall. You can basically make it so it's guaranteed the wave will come to you because the cannon's just freaking out.
Yeah,
like,
you're losing the DPS of those minions.
Yeah.
The minions walk around, so they're not damaging the enemy minions, and you get a nice little placement.
This is an interesting all-in.
Here in the bottom lane.
Nice, though.
Again, starting to get dangerous. Yon fires back into Berserker, but it's Jose Diodo over the wall.
Fuck
and
yes.
that's
Come
the
on.
edge that TL needs.
Yes.
The jungler shows up, and it's first blood for Liquid.
This campaign for
Come on.
MVP is looking good, guys. I gotta say, Jose's making a very good case for getting my vote, at least.
I mean, Jose's been smurfing for sure. I gotta say, I don't think Berserker wins that even in a 2v2.
No, I don't think so
either.
either.
He was very aggressive. He kind of just walked past the grand entrance there. He valks forward. He's going really aggressive. Yon still had barrier.
Yon is going
I
Stormrazor.
just don't see
Okay.
a world in which they actually win that 2v2. So, did go for the aggressive play, and Jose is there to punish. Just don't know if it would have worked out even if he wasn't.
Tough stuff for LYON, man. They got to make sure they're locked in here. Like you said, they're still potentially in the running for first place, but that is 100% eliminated.
Quid's taking 2 tower shots here. This is really not good.
Turret shot back in the mid lane. Inspired comes in with a paranoia here for the gank. Flash over the wall.
Quid, you just misplayed that, brother.
Team Liquid. Quid barely staying alive. Saint goes over with the stolen glacial prison, and that will seal the deal.
Oh, but they get a kill topside?
However,
Okay.
up here on the top side, we were asking earlier, will this pay dividends? Forcing
There we
the flash
go.
on Anivia? Yes, it will. Scrambled eggs for breakfast. Morgan's eating good.
And it's actually that TL lane swap play where they recall early for bottom side.
There we
swapping
go.
to the top
I'm feeling
side, but I
really good about
wanted to
this so
touch on
far.
Quid's death by greed first. That turret played so juicy, Hazael, that it cost him his life.
I mean, he took 2 tower shots. He took 2 tower shots there.
Yeah,
Saint
Quid,
did a good job.
honestly, Quid
as he
just
walked
answered
up
that.
to hit that
Like,
tower,
it would have
Saint
been
clears out the
so
wave
free
and stuns him onto
and
the
so
turret,
many.
The second tower shot comes through, and then
Wait,
Inspire's in the area.
we
He's
kill him
gonna
on
take
the.
that kill
Oh
every time.
my
TP
God,
back in, you're in
Dokla.
trouble.
No.
Oh, no, Dokla TP's back in and may just immediately die right after. He's on top of an entire graveyard of feathers. That TP.
Give me the voice comp.
Yeah,
Give me the
Jan
voice
was ready
comp,
for him. He's like,
please.
"Oh,
I
great,
need to hear what
play
Inspired is
caller
saying
on
right now.
arrival. Chunks down
I
the
need to
Anivia
know
with
what Inspired
no
is
egg.
saying.
They complete the tower dive, and TL are just running away with the early game.
Yeah, the wheels are falling off here fast for LYON in Game 3. They won Game 1, were really dominant. Game 2
Dokla is
did
a better
not go
team
their
fighter.
way.
He's just not going to
And,
get to the
Game
team
3
fight phase
definitely
if this
starting
keeps up.
off not how they were hoping, as this was that initial play up on top side. Obviously, the Nocturne ult was going mid, and in comes Core, flash over the wall. There's not much you can do about that.
Once your egg gets procced outside of the turret
I mean, he
range,
just had no.
That's rough.
I was watching your screen. sorry. Yeah, good play. You can TP.
For the playing against Nocturne is a very common strategy.
Just got a screen peek here a little bit.
Look at your team.
By the way, that is like one of the most
extra
insane
info.
buffs
I was
on
on
LAN
the edge of my seat,
against
actually. I was
Nocturne
supposed to
ever.
be lying.
Is just being able to go like.
It's like, hold on, brother.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, for people who aren't familiar
We're
with
good?
that trick, what he's talking about.
We're good.
Because obviously Nocturne all turns off your vision around your character, but in pro play, you're sitting beside your teammates. So you can look over at their screens and see where they are, which is something in solo queue you cannot do. So is what Jose is referring to there.
Unless you land with your buddies.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
there you
Set up a
go.
little land
You
party.
guys want to bring over the
Everybody
PC?
queue up together.
Yeah.
We're gonna try that, and we're still gonna lose. LP.
Yeah. True. But we'll have fun doing it.
Exactly.
And
there's 3 of us.
All right,
It's
next
flexible,
dragon
LP.
is
Nobody
up
really cares
right
about that
now.
anyway. It's fine. We can take the
We got
minus
store.
15
We have
hours worth of
massive
fun.
item,
That's okay.
massive item advantage on Yawn right now.
Yeah, no reason not to just have multiple junglers.
And Jose Diodo.
All right, the dragon is alive though, and remember that Team Liquid has both neutral.
All right, you got
objectives so
4
far.
here
All
though.
3 grubs alongside Drake
They're looking
number
for a
1.
gank on bot.
Drake
No,
number
this is a
2
bad
alive
position.
now at a
This is
time
a
on
real.
the clock that is
Can we
only
please get a
slightly
ward?
past when the first Drake was taken in the second game. So more attention paid
Oh,
early on
thank
to
God.
neutral objectives here in this third one. We're between the pace of games 1 and
Inspired
game 2.
just
Here,
chilling,
remember,
wasting
game
time.
1 was definitely the most action-packed
Wasting a
early.
ton of time.
Game number 2, definitely the least. Here in this
Love
one,
it.
somewhere between the two, as Saint, with that proto belt, can use it for a little bit of snappier trading against Quid, who does have his Rod of Ages recently completed, so we'll have that one hitting the 10-stack power spike in the
And now we
early
just get this for
20-minute
free.
marks
Now that we
on the
Nocturne's
clock.
going.
As
Oh,
you can
nope.
see,
Okay,
quests
never mind.
starting to get completed. 80 carry and mid quest completed on both sides with the extra support quest done for TL.
Yeah, and Rogue just makes a lot of sense in a game like this where they are going to dive you, right? You know, you are the best target. Xayah has Featherstorm. It's a lot easier for her to survive. So getting a little bit more HP, getting a little bit of tankiness here, I think makes a ton of sense.
And I would say there might be a play going for your head imminently, Quid, because they have your flash timer from last time, and they very well could just go for another Nocturne ult, you know, with the Hex Plate completed, with the Proto Belt completed there for Saint. So definitely waiting a little bit, playing a little bit more cautiously since you are a prime target. Both junglers, though, on the top side of the map while the dragon is spawned.
Oh, this is a good play.
The same thing.
He flashed. That's fine.
Oh,
no.
Okay,
it's fine. Flash for flash.
Could
be worse.
Back away, has to use his flash to do it. Morgan's hurting a little bit, but he will be able to take a recall.
Could be worse.
And use the teleport to return to his position here in the top side.
Okay, so they invest the Nocturne ultimate. Again, he has his Hex Plate completed.
TP top, which means I don't know if we're going to fight this bot side play.
And he'll have it up pretty quickly, but no flash on Morgan or Dokla.
We'll see what Dokla does when he backs here in a second.
Is not really a big big deal at all. That one being used as well, just to make sure there's no kill angle.
Yeah, Dokla played that pretty well, I think. You know, flashing out pretty quickly.
Oh, Yon's got a hell of an angle.
Then walls off, so the Nocturne ult comes in, and you can actually force that flash. That was pretty well played.
Or not Yon. Jesus.
Inspired is down about half a level, maybe even more than half a level.
Yeah, Jose Diodo is
generally,
just...
You know, Inspired is always the one that is ahead of the pace of the game, and
outracing him
is a good
for now.
farmer, but Jose has been very effective. You know, already has 2 kills to his name, and has been keeping up his farm extremely well.
And that's even more impressive
Inspired's
when you
gonna
consider,
go for this.
We've mentioned it a lot
Crazy.
throughout the draft so far today.
And
Big
I will say,
focus
Anivia
on
does
the
have
jungle
TP,
pull from LYON, making
so I
sure
don't know if this is
they're keeping
fightable for us.
And the Lee Sins. And up until now, the Nocturnes away from Jose Diodo, as now that dragon does get burned down. So Inspired and LYON do find the opportunity to take that one away when TL don't have a chance to respond.
Yeah, Victor a little bit too far away from that one. They were kind of hovering around the outside with the rest of the members, and now they're making a little movement on Saint.
Yeah, Saint in some danger. Abscond Abduct repositions him, using Jose Diodo as a bit of a slingshot to get himself away to safety.
Good sequence from LYON there.
Stay safe down on
really
that
good
bottom
sequence
side.
from LYON.
Did have Inspired behind him, who now has that Nocturne ult back up and available. But Isles is going back to base. Inspired will go back to base. They will get vision of Inspired completing his recall, and definitely wants to get to level 11 before he uses that ult. You know, increase the range, reduce the cooldown, can make quite a difference here. But I really feel like this is a pretty high pressure game here. You know, LYON really wanting
Morgan's
to play for first place.
a little. I mean,
really
he's got the kill, but
up
obviously he's
for
going to be
playoffs.
down in
And
CS
also,
given the
trying to figure
range.
out what the roster is even going to be for playoffs. You made a roster change here with only a couple weeks left in that regular season.
He's not able to TP back either. This is going to be play for Dokla.
Then we are in playoffs where every match is going to matter so much.
Yeah, and it comes at a cost as well. If clearly, as they're using both top laners now, you're also going to be splitting up your scrim time.
Oh,
Saint
this should...
again under attack.
Nope, doesn't matter.
Jump though gets him out
very
easily. Able to exit there.
Can we kill this tower first though?
Teleport on the other side.
I don't know if we can. Morgan doesn't have flash. There's no way that he gets out of this.
Follow there with the paranoia, has the fear with Saint and Dokla both right behind him. There's no way for
good.
Morgan to get away. So LYON's going to get their kill.
Well, we do get the first tower, so there's that.
Turret in the bottom lane.
Good punish on the flash that was blown with the last Nocturne ultimate. It's back up, so they go for it again. As you say though, Flowers, that's a good bonus of gold with the first turret bonus being added back in. So still extremely close here, and
I don't
goes back top with
Wait, do we get Saint off of this?
See if he can get an answer.
And it doesn't look like they should be able to find it. Silas pretty durable, but he will get stunned up on the gravity field. Grand entrance on top of the Arcane Storm. Jose Diodo has arrived.
Jose,
but the ulti doesn't
Saint.
find its target. Saint's got the flash.
There we go.
Still though with enough damage.
My God.
Secures the kill.
Just barely, because the Merc Tread's shield came back up as he was ticking down there. And I thought that magic shield might have been enough to keep him high enough above that to survive the ignite.
Bot lane 10 CS down. Mid lane about even. Top side down a lot of CS. Dokla has gotten a massive influx of gold here, but Jose Diodo is the saving light or shining light for now.
It's also worth noting, Dokla, we were talking about Anivia builds quite a bit over these last couple of weeks. You know, first it had been Roa Tier, then people moved to Roa Leandries, then people moved to Roa Malignance, and now we have Dokla here. He is back on that tier build. It is powerful, does give you a ton of mana, but it takes forever to get online, and you really don't start doing a lot of damage until you get a third item. Of course, it's possible he's just going to sit on the tier and get a Malignance, but if you do complete that Archangels, it's very defensive, but You're lacking
This could be mid lane tower going down, which I really don't like.
Yon on defense duty here for the tier 1 turret. Very
Not
edge of
great.
the Aqua Prison hits him though, so Yon going to have to be pretty mindful of how much he wants to try to defend. Does clear out most of the minions.
We lost the
Berserker,
mid lane
one more
tower
auto attack should
out
be
of
able to
that.
finish off the
Oh,
turret.
okay, no,
Yon
this
didn't
should be a
have
kill
enough
though.
wave clear to keep it standing, but now
Oh
the rest
my
of Team
word.
Liquid has
Bye-bye.
arrived for the punish.
There we go.
Berserker had the Valkyrie to get away.
Can we
but
get mid lane
Isles
tower
has
in
no
response?
such thing.
Dragon's
Kill
not up for a
number
minute
5
33.
Going TL's way
Okay.
after LYON takes the second turret there in the mid lane.
Good little collapse from TL, but just losing to Nami for the tower, not the end of the world. They don't spend any summoners. They don't waste anything major. He doesn't even use his
Morgan's
tidal
got
wave,
TP.
so
Morgan
it's
has
not
flash.
the biggest
He can
deal,
keep
and
pushing,
it's
but
not,
Morgan
lined
still
up,
does not have first
with a
completed item,
dragon
which
or
kind
anything
of sucks.
like that.
Not
So
gonna lie.
Continuing to get some gold
Never
here
mind,
on
now he is
Berserker,
first completed
which is
item.
important. You do now have the 3
You
lanes.
can put him bot side,
ahead in
fine, but
gold.
Quid
Very
doesn't have
slightly, but ahead in
TP,
gold
so
for
I don't know
Lion. You know,
how I feel
Dokla,
about Quid
Saint,
being
and
topside with a minute to
Berserker
go for
all
Dragon.
are that little bit ahead. It's just Jose now with the gold lead. So Lion has done a good job, I feel like, problem solving what was a pretty tough early game. And even down 3 kills here, they are in a pretty good spot.
And look at the CS gap between Dokla and Morgan, plus 40? That's crazy stuff.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I'm like too strict of a parent, though, because I feel like you still deserve criticism since most of the gold for towers is split up into turret plates now. So the end of a tower isn't worth nearly as much as it used to be. So like dying for an end of a tower.
All right, here we go.
To me, it now is a no-no, and they saw. They
Everybody's
literally
bot
saw
side without
Victor
even needing to use
walk.
TP.
He's got a cane, bro.
I hear
all the
you.
way from top lane.
I hear you, but have you considered
Flash on Isles.
Well,
Berserker has to Valkyrie
I
out.
also love staying alive.
And we have
just
tempo.
saw
Nice.
a big attempted engage
Nice.
there
Keep it
from
pushing.
Team Liquid. Jose Diodo throws out the ulti, forces the flash away from
TP
Isles.
down,
If he would've got
Herald
caught again,
down.
this is also gonna demand
Notably,
an
no
all-EU
Sejuani
response
ult.
from Dokla to join up with the rest
Have
of the
to
team.
be careful.
The wall does a good job stopping the Herald.
That's
Shelly
fine, but they
just
invested
kind of,
everything into that. We should get this Dragon for free, no?
She's raging out right now.
Yeah, she's a little tilted at that one. Berserker loses half HP there to a quick burst from Quid,
As
who
long as
places
Quid doesn't
down
die,
the
we're
gravity
fine.
field to prevent Lion from being able to walk directly
3K.
over towards the Drake
Keep
itself.
zoning.
Jose Diodo still on that one, has it down to about 2,000
And Dragon's
HP.
free.
Saint
Nice.
off the side, dealing with Morgan here as Team Liquid
Morgan
still
might be
think
able to
about
take
if
over
they
this
wanna
fight here in a
take this
second,
fight, Saint with the stolen
but
quickness.
he's charmed up the
Finds
entire
charm on the
time.
Jax. Morgan's gotta try to be
Oh,
careful here.
what a
Over the
taunt
wall
from
goes
Core
Core
JJ.
Quickness. He
The
wants
Counter-Strike's
to keep
gonna
his
be big.
confidence alive. The Counter-Strike is still spinning.
There
Saint
it
drops to
goes.
Morgan, and Team Liquid has found 1 kill for nothing so far. Dokla, Isles, and Berserker all grouped up together.
Oh, no,
Inspired
Morgan.
versus Morgan in a 1v1 off on the right. Morgan
Oh,
trying to
Morgan.
turn around here with a counter.
Jose
strike.
cleans it
Morgan
up.
dies, but Inspired goes with them there in a 1-for-1. 2 for 1 overall here in the fight. Team Liquid still looking for a little bit more. Berserker wants to try to
Oh,
bait
no,
him into
Quid.
that spot.
Quid.
Down to 300 HP. Quid is stuck inside the Glacial Storm, and Quid dies. A big wall,
fuck.
big dokes to make it an even fight so far. Jose Diodo with Yon and Core.
Bro,
still
these
trying to
walls
stand and
are
make something happen here, but a
crazy.
beautiful Aqua Prison over the wall from Isles. TL finally going to head home. What a scrap!
That was a crazy
God,
fight.
this
I mean,
was a
Morgan
close
was
fight.
getting so
Dokla
much
proving,
work
like,
done
I don't
on
care
the
how
side
much
for
shit
TL
people
in
give
this one.
Dokla.
It's Morgan
He's
and
proving his
Core
value in these
versus
fights
the jungler
really
and the
badly
mid
right
laner
now.
from Lion, and they're the ones
Every
that are kind of
wall
winning out on
was
this scrap.
so
And look at the
impactful during that
so
fight.
Inspired is going to flash. Meanwhile, Saint E's back in, and so he dies there with the extra damage. Morgan then continues the chase. On live, we're getting more action, though.
Yeah,
Dokla
we've got Jose
might
Diodo
be
and
dead
Morgan
now.
Trying to make the play on a Dokla with a TP about to arrive from the Lion side. It's Team Liquid who decides they're
There we
going to
go.
send even more men. Yes, there's the egg for Dokla, but the egg doesn't matter when you die in a
Good
spot
tempo
that
play.
you can't
Come on.
actually save it afterwards. So Dokla's going to lose the passive for free.
Now, the thing
One
that sucks
TP
is
for
that we
one
did
TP
lose Victor
committed.
TP and Jax
Lion
TP
loses
for
their
that.
top laner.
Yeah, I think there was even the double TP from TL because Morgan
It was.
behind him, and then Quid TP's in to reinforce late. So they send a lot of members there. They do
That's a
kill
lot
off
of
Dokla,
resources.
who we didn't get to see the tail end of that team fight in the replay, but he was playing great with those walls. You know, first he catches off Quid.
Can we use
then
this
he
tempo
was
to get
walling
mid?
off Jose.
I mean, their wave
Was
clear's pretty
positioning
good. I
well,
just
and
want to
Berserker,
try and get
even though
something.
we got chunked at the start, they're going to look for a
Fuck.
dive.
Yeah,
Morgan's
now
going to
Morgan
die.
in danger yet again, not respecting Inspired's Nocturne and gets picked off in the side lane for it.
Morgan,
Saint's the
come
one
on.
taking the kill. Now has the most of anyone on Lion at 3, 2, and 1 here with the Silas.
Banger series here, game number 3, and we are going blow for blow.
Get this
Now
mid
Nocturne,
tower.
of course, no ultimate, and Jose does have his nice little spell shield.
Yep. Over the wall, Jose
That's
was
fine.
ready, but LYON was also ready with the response. Good job there from Inspired, as another plate is going to be burned off of the Tier 1 turret there.
That's fine
thanks
though.
to the Void
Like this.
Grub.
Like this a lot.
whatever it's called. I don't remember exactly the name of the thing, but that means a little bit of extra money in Team Liquid pockets.
Oh,
and
Berserker,
every
you
bit
might.
of money counts. This game has been less than 1,000 gold
Bye-bye.
apart the whole time, and now Berserker's about to get knocked down. Nice engage from Core. Nice follow-up from LYON.
Yeah, that was really well done. Quid just comes in from the side, pushes him back, and with the Valk forced, you can't miss.
Here we go.
And now they're just going to start the Baron here. They know Berserker, one of the strongest members, is gone. LYON need to try to defend
Morgan
this.
does
They
have
no
upgraded
ult on
TP, but he's
Inspired
already
either,
there in
and
the
no
fight.
Flash.
But Morgan is making his way over.
Making his way
The
downtown.
Jack's ready to join
He
up
doesn't
with
need
the
to
rest
walk
of Team
fast because
Core
he's already
JJ,
there.
Trying to hold this defensive position here in the brush as the rest of Team Liquid continues DPSing.
Saint's going to
the
try
Baron.
and
They
go over
got
the
it down
wall.
to about 5,000 HP. Keep your eyes on Inspired, looking to enter into the fight. Paranoia's already going to get dropped. Inspired looking for his angle, seeing if now's the time to
There's
jump
the
in.
angle, but they read it well. LYON's still alive for now, but he's dead.
He is dead.
Fuck.
Saint finds the kill. Inspired and Saint looking to finish off the Baron, but Hoseidiotto's ready to contest it. It's a smite fight in the pit. A double kill back over to Saint. And the Baron
You're fucking kidding me.
goes to LYON. The fight goes to LYON. A triple
you're
kill
fucking kidding
for
me.
Saint on the Silas, stepping up
You're-
when they need him most. Quadra kill for Saint as Hoseidiotto heads into the enemy jungle. He is the only man standing
What the fuck
in
just
Team
happened?
Liquid colors, and LYON just found the exact fight they needed.
And look at Berserker, he's just pushing mid lane. They're going to get so much off this. That engage from Saint and Inspired was sick onto LYON.
Jesus
He couldn't
Christ.
react, didn't get his Featherstorm off until he was already 10% HP, and by then it was too late.
Incredibly clutch right there. Inspired pops Nocturne ultimate, and he just holds it and waits. As you see, they chase down the Sejuani
dead.
anyway. Jose's death timer will be desynced as well.
39 seconds. Just
Inspired
give out
collects
Dragon.
Okay,
Nothing you
I
can do. Just
love
give out
when
Dragon.
Nocturnes do this, and they use the entire timer for the
Fuck,
ultimate.
what
Watch
happened
how long
here?
he waits. They have vision because they still have the ward in the back of Baron Pit.
Watch Saint though. They don't have vision on him.
Yeah.
Alt flash over the wall. He absconds over the wall, then alt flash with the stolen Sejuani ult onto LYON.
I mean, it's just so well played from Saint.
Catches him out, and they burst him down.
Fuck.
It's
Saint
perfect
Inspired.
timing between the two of them.
Just
They
so
take
well
him
played
out,
from
and
them.
then here you go. This is what all junglers live for, the clutch smite fight. He's able to get it. Inspire gets it on top of already having the advantage in the fight. So, you know, Saints be able to chase them out.
Yo!
Fuck.
LYON happy after that one for sure.
Rain over, very happy. I mean, the game is just so tense.
Yeah, I mean, that was, I saw 1386, I think, and that's a 1400 smite.
Yeah.
So that is about as perfect gets in a real game of League.
Okay.
So Inspired clutching up, but really this game has been about Saint, his individual performances, and that was a big time play. Utilizing the Nocturne ult, LYON can't see you coming, ult flash with a stolen Sejuani ult that he got vision on by queuing over the wall earlier in the fight to steal. That is big time plays.
And because it's Nocturne, even once the Sejuani
This
CC
Morgan
wears off and he goes
Jax
up into the
is
Featherstorm,
not doing
he's feared as he
shit,
lands.
by the
His
way.
feet touch the ground and he's still CC'd despite being untargetable before it. The chain just worked out perfectly for LYON.
And the timing between the two of them is perfect. Immediately collapsing, chaining.
Just hold out.
I
Try
mean,
not to lose too much
the
on this
synergy
Baron.
seems
You're
to
fine.
be back.
And now the reward there for LYON, it's not just the fact that they got the Baron, it's the fact that you can look in the inventory. Seeker's Arm Guard available for Dokla, full Hourglass available for Saint, huge playmaking tools, huge teamfight tools available for these guys. Lord
This now
Dominus
gets
Regards,
really
fully
difficult.
completed for Berserker, who's just going to tear through health bars on this Corki.
Whiffed.
Hoseidiotto tries
Damn
to
it.
find the Glacial Prison, but ultimately ends up not hitting a target, and LYON just continues their siege.
Yeah, and I mean, Isles has the Mikhails ready to go. Obviously, rushing mandate, but the Mikhails is
No,
down,
look,
so
I don't
that's
blame.
gonna be an
Look,
easy
Jose
answer.
Dioto's
It's just
ult
that
is going to be
Sejuani
back
ult
up
starting things
real
off. You can
quick.
see Bloodletter's
You might
force
as well
has been
keep
done for
chucking
Saint.
it out. Why
That's
not?
gonna be really nice for both Dokla and him. And now TL up against it here in Game 3 of this.
We need
pivotal
Quid
series.
to
TL
step
trying
up
to stay
massively in
undefeated
some of these fights.
for their matchup against Cloud9 next week, who is 6-0, and LYON trying to take them down because if they lose here, they are locked out of getting first place. They lost their first series of the split against Cloud9 and have just been cruising ever since then.
APA directly asked Team Liquid, please, can you meet us at 6-0 next weekend? And right now, LYON are trying to make that impossible.
Yeah, and they're doing a pretty good job at it. Like I was saying before that fateful Baron fight, this entire game
Come on.
was 1,000
3
gold
items
or
on
less
LYON,
apart
3.5 on
the entire
Berserker.
time. And now we've got a 5,500 gold lead for LYON. Dragons are tied 2-2, so it's not like TL can try to find a big soul fight to come back to mostly parity.
Come on,
it's
Quid.
going to be very difficult for TL.
All
to fight
eyes
their
are
way
on
back
Quid.
from this
Saint has
position.
been
As you can see,
a
LYON just
playmaker,
owns the
an
entire
X
map.
factor
Morgan is split
this
pushing in
entire
bot lane right now,
series,
trying
while
to get
Quid has
something,
really not been
but
able to
LYON
do much.
has total possession over the TL jungle.
It's so much more fun to me when the games come down to clutch late game moments like that. See if they can use it to finish it out with the lead that they have garnered from it. Still a long way
Total
to
damage.
go.
Oh,
This
Jesus.
is total damage for
Look
the
at how much
game.
damage Yawn
Quid
has done.
is getting
Not
a
much.
lot done, but Yawn has been struggling a little bit more to kind of get involved in these fights. They have been doing a good job putting pressure on him. And I think it's going to be so much about, can LYON continue to put that pressure onto Yawn? He is very strong at this point, has 3 super powerful items. If you can't get an engage like that onto him, he could run over you in a team fight.
And I want to shout out Big Dokes as well from the other side there on LYON. Him doing tremendous amounts of damage. And look, he's level 18 with the rod ticking over. Obviously, the rod's going to help you out with the level advantage.
I mean, yeah, but like 3-level advantage on Morgan is
really
crazy.
Good. And he's got a Zhonya's, as well as I believe the egg passive is back up. So you've got flash. You can create so many plays, and Dokla really has had,
At least the gold lead is stalled out. Gold lead is not going to change much. If anything, honestly, you can give up this dragon if you need to.
Sometimes,
you can
people are
have
always
this
wondering,
go a
are you
little
going
bit
to
later
crumble
if
under
you feel
more
like you
pressure
need
of
one
having
more
someone behind
additional
you?
items to
Is
be
this
able to
going to
kill?
throw off your mentality or your focus in the game, or are you going to rise to the occasion?
Pressure creates both diamonds and rubble, gentlemen. It's up to you which one you become. And Dokla right now is shining bright. 1,500 individual gold lead, level 18 in a game where the enemy support is level 10. He's feeling powerful right now, and Morgan might just be the target. Saint and Dokla both moving around down
Everybody's
the
shadowing
bottom
him.
lane, but they don't know where everybody else on TL is, so
Are we going to fight for this? We're down 6K gold, bro.
Because TL was ready to cover for their top laner. Baron is about to respawn on the map right now. Next Dragon will be alive in 45 seconds as Inspired and LYON head up towards that topside river.
Yeah, Berserker has gold for the crit cloak, so he just needs gold for the combine. I don't think he's going to get it before this next dragon fight, but that Infinity Edge, when it comes in for Corki, that is when this champion can just delete you, and they're having this Baron just being sold up by Inspired right now.
All right, Inspired is going to take a decent chunk of his HP.
Saint
but he
Rakan
does have
ult
the
is
superpowered
terrifying
apples
when
to
he's
eat
been
to
the
regenerate
primary
health.
He's got
playmaker.
hands, okay.
Yeah,
respect.
He's actually got like 6 of them. There's a whole bunch of them. Nasty little purple hands
No
coming up out of
fair.
the ground. Yeah, it's too many.
That's why you got to bring teammates
Okay.
to that fight. But let's take a
This
look at
is
fight.
prime.
Okay,
Yep.
Saint with a stolen Rakan ult. He tries to go over the wall, finds the engage, but it's only on to Jose Diodo, who does take a chunk, but he still keeps himself alive for now.
Fine though,
Saint being
Jose
healed up
Diodo
by
will be able to
Isles,
heal
but it's
up.
Team Liquid with control over the bot
Flash,
side river.
That
Flash
glacial
on
prison
Quid is
from
not good.
Jose. I'm not sure if that was just a disengaged one or if he actually saw him coming, but that was instantly as Saint flashed on him. He got Sedge ulted and just that engage got stuffed.
Now Inspired trying to step up, contest for this next Drake. Remember, it's not sold for
Morgan.
either team. But now Saint on the flank.
Oh my
Arriving
God,
on the
what a
fight.
flank.
Inspired's got to be careful here. Jose Diodo over the wall, but Inspired is still
Oh,
standing.
we're not
Jose
able to
is
get
already
anything
down.
though.
LYON is finding a hell of a fight so far as Morgan's got to try to keep himself alive here. But the
Morgan's
counter-strike
dead.
for the Arcane Storm is still
fuck.
ticking. Dokla gets the kill into Morgan, and now there's the extra one onto Quid. Saint is dominating as Yawn and Core JJ run straight into the enemy jungle. They're the only 2 left on Team Liquid, and Saint does not want any
Yawn's got
survivors
hands.
in this one. Core and Yawn still trying to get away, but Berserker's got full HP. He's got the Valk. Yawn and Core are still
Look at
just
the base.
running. Meanwhile, Dokla is in the enemy base. The whole goal for the rest of LYON is don't let these guys back. Yawn and Core trying to get away, but they're just being held captive
this is
in
gonna
the
be a
enemy
problem.
jungle. Saint continues trying to find the abducts.
That's the
Grab
TP
the
top.
kills. Berserker continuing to look for Yawn here, but it's Inspired who arrives. Goes after
Okay,
the
hold up.
has to immediately back off as Yawn defensively ults. Core JJ, however,
Yawn
will not be
lives.
so lucky. He dies again with another massively desynced timer
bro.
for the rest of his team.
I'm too good, man. I'm too good.
We do not do enough damage to be able to kill
Did
them.
you see him in that fight? Again, with the arm guard, with the flash, with the egg at his disposal, he creates so much space. And then as they were trying to retreat mid lane, he hits the wall. He
the
does
Jax
not
didn't do
let
anything in
Morgan
that
escape.
fight.
They get
Oh,
that
it's
kill. They
tragic.
get the other kill. I mean, that it was actually so much space.
Yeah, it was. And at the beginning of that fight, Morgan just leap strikes into the back, and I thought this was going to be a good fight for TL because look at Morgan. He's just
like
in the
look at this
middle
angle,
of
and
their
then
team,
nothing comes from
but
it.
all of them pull back. He walls off some of the carries. Jose and Morgan do go in with core, but Berserker, Isles, Inspired, they all pull back and they just knock him down. And then this is Dokul on the side, like you're talking about.
Yep, he puts up the wall. He doesn't let them escape. He used his ultimate both times very well to be able to zone right there, slow them down. Uses the flash, upgrades his arm guard into the Zonias, got another use of it now. And LYON have increased the gold lead, but more importantly, with the Baron buff, that lets them siege the base way more effectively.
And now we've got Guardian Angel on Inspired, as well as those two fully upgraded Hourglasses.
I mean, you got to go on
AP
Saint
solo
first.
laners, as well as the Mikhails there for Isles.
Saint, Berserker, the only
It's
two
so
that you
hard
got to
to
try and
find a
kill.
play to punish these guys from the Team Liquid side.
And the IE that
9K
that we were
gold down
talking
is
about,
just
nearly a void staff for Dokla.
impossible.
They just got so much gold. They're already up 9,000 gold, plus they are on soul point here. They don't even have to rush because they are playing incredibly well in these fights. And Berserker, it just feels like he is having a field day. They're not able to put any pressure on him. The rest of the LYON members are creating so much space.
I mean,
for
it's
this
more
Corki,
Saint that I
who
think is
now
way more of the
ridiculously
pressure
strong at this
point,
point of the game.
All right, TL, time to lock in and defend because it's a free lane push coming out from LYON. Saint putting the pressure on the inhibitor here in mid. Top lane tier 3 Turbid is still standing with about half HP. Bottom lane, Morgan tries to clear the waves. As Inspired is pushing down here, he's always ready to ult in to join if there's a fight in one of the other two locations. Morgan, of course, will not be able to reach the fight as quickly. Saint goes in, stolen Rakan ulti, but no value to be found. Morgan is far back enough that he doesn't get caught by this attempt from
That's
LYON.
fine.
Yeah, Morgan playing
That's
it pretty
worth.
safe there. A bit of an ambitious attempt. I mean, had the Abscondum duck connected, then the Rakan ult does something, and maybe you can actually chain down Morgan, but he has a Seekers. Just kind of lacking
LYON
damage,
needs
so
to get
3.6K
full
gold
fourth item.
to Dokla, so
Or full
has fallen
fifth
very
item
far behind,
to
and
really
Saint
stand a
just completed
chance.
death cap. It just feels like
I mean, he's got
keeps
4
getting
now,
worse
but
and
he
worse
needs
here
like
for
1 more.
TL, but their carries are still strong. Yon's on 4 fully completed items, and Quid is working towards his 4th item here. Wants to get that death cap online, but still very far away from it.
Yeah, Quid, unfortunately, has just been a non-factor in these fights.
Without a major blunder from LYON, TL can win a fight.
I think the world is an overdive from LYON, right? Where they send it, and you go full in onto Yon, and he gets that Featherstorm off early. All of a sudden, the counter engage comes through. That is the world I think it has to happen in.
Minute
but
30
LYON
until
are playing these team fights out
Dragon
so well. They're not
and-
overcommitting. They're not just throwing themselves into the meat grinder, because with this gold lead, they don't actually need to dive anymore. They can just hit whatever's in front of them.
Yeah, and they've got a level 20 bird that you have to get through. Like the walls are so frustrating to actually get your good battle lines. So
yeah.
See what they can actually pull off. Side lanes become a lot more difficult now. Guardian Angel is done here for Inspired.
Christ.
So Inspired can also, full send behind Saint. If Saint is pushing here, this Silas has been massive all game, and he's full 10 stacks with his death cap was completed here. It's full build Silas in side lane, who's already dangerous. If you add the Nocturne ultimate on top of that, it's for TL. It's like, how do we ever really get out of our base, out of our towers?
I mean, you
It's
really
so
can't for
dangerous.
now.
And so the map is completely dark for them. It's very dangerous.
Quid has
And
double
you know
rods,
LYON
but
are
no
just
death
waiting to
cap.
pounce.
Yeah, I mean, it's always so interesting because, when you think of a Nivea wall, you think of it as a catch tool, but in fights later on into the game, you can just wall out the carries, right? Like, you don't need to actually use that aggressively. You can just wall out Yon.
Oh my
Saint just
God.
chunks Core JJ by 75% HP. You could see him waiting there inside that red buff pit, seeing if he could find anybody on Team Liquid, and that was
That's
nearly
17
a
seconds until Dragon. We've given up entire
It is
position.
terrifying
There's nothing we
stuff.
could do.
Yeah, just about got deleted.
How do you even approach this Dragon Soul fight?
You can't.
I mean, they have
You
that
don't.
one ward. That ward is helping, but even though you can see their positions moving, it's so crazy to get in.
Odo jumps in, Glacial Prison there on the Dokla. Stolen Prison fired right
Oh
back
my
towards
God,
Yon.
what
I
is
don't
this
know about
TP?
either one, and that might just seal the deal. Morgan goes in for a
What the
flanking
fuck
teleport,
was that, Morgan?
but everybody
Whatever.
on LYON is just waiting as he arrives.
Jesus
Morgan is
Christ.
instantly killed, and now it's a 5v4 for the next 50
Dude,
seconds.
what was
LYON's
that?
going to start it off by taking the
Oh my
Infernal Soul
God.
for free, and you have to think they just walk it down the lanes from there.
Just so well played there by LYON. They're completely choking TL out vision-wise. Jose tries to force an engage. Nocturne just turns off the lights to say, you can't follow up on this because you do not know where we are. But Morgan had already teleported, dies without even being able to get the Zonias off, and TL after that know there is no shot at contest, so their hope now becomes delay, delay, delay. Hope you can maybe make a miracle happen later, steal away an Elder, but LYON are clearly not going to flip. They are looking for the 100% chance.
Yeah, they're putting so much pressure on TL to make the move and be the ones that are going to cause the first.
Saint is just having, dude. Saint's having a day.
These style plays where you're
Saints having a day, quit out of stinker series, and that is what it is. Bot lane, I think you had one game that was heavily favored one side, one game that was heavily favored the other. I think it was pretty much even. And then Dokla just more effective in team fights than Morgan.
Another very easy setup this time.
Simple as that.
It was already hard to approach the Soul. Now trying to approach a Baron when they have the extra infernal damage on top of it seems like a very, very tall task.
Observers highlighted the ward up there placed by Team Liquid in that top lane side brush, but unfortunately for TL, even if they want to teleport someone up there to make some crazy flank,
oh god, Cordage's gonna die here.
TP, the only one that could possibly do it is Quid. Flanking Victor is not normally a winning gambit, I would have to think. So TL, they are just going to go ahead and use that teleport from Quid to bring him back into mid lane, but LYON has already started up the Baron. TL, they're thinking about the approach. They're staring down the barrel of an 11,000 gold deficit of an enemy team that already has the Infernal Soul.
My
LYON,
god.
again, just playing it so safe.
Bro, we didn't even kill the tier 1 mid tower.
Zero risks.
It's 38 minutes in, we never got. Oh my god.
Feels forced to make something happen here. Morgan with the counter strike, goes in after Berserker, finds a stun, but it's not going to turn
Stopwatch is down. Yawn ult's down.
TL can't find any of the kills. Yawn has already used the ultimate here with the
okay, Saint's down though.
Inspired's going to be knocked into the Guardian Angel just yet as Team Liquid found the angle they needed after
Wait a
all this
minute.
time. Dokla buys himself a moment here with the stasis. TL forced back for now. Berserker grabs the kill into Quid.
Oh my god, Yawn!
Alive. The shutdown onto Inspired comes through for Yawn. The resurrection for Dokla. He gets alive.
Yawn! Yawn!
Triple come back over to Berserker on the Corki. It's Yawn versus Isles and Berserker. Yawn steps forward.
Oh,
Berserker and Isles. They get it done right when Team Liquid looked like they had a shot. Berserker guns him down. Ace for LYON.
Penta kill for Berserker, and LYON are gonna take it.
Oh my god, what an ending. Berserker went crazy in that fight after Saint got shut down. A pentakill, a clean ace, and they are taking
what a
this
series.
Team Liquid
what a series.
Undefeated for 5 weeks of regular season. It was a battle all the way down to the wire here in this 40-minute game number 3. But LYON will
look,
triumph.
it sucks that we lost.
Oh my
I get
goodness. They had to use everything too. The
Playoffs is going to be so much goddamn fun. Oh my god. Playoffs is going to be so fun. Like that's like
all to create all of this space and Berserker
that was so, like I hate losing.
I mean, when
fucking
Saint got
hate
shut
losing.
down,
I don't mind losing. Like that was just a fun series. That was a good
played
time.
It out so well, even from super low health. The way he was actually spacing from
Oh,
core and
give me a
not
best
allowing
of 5
Yawn
of
to even get in
that.
range for these auto attacks,
All
just
day.
peppering him with his spells, getting him low until he can
All
commit
day,
and
give me
finish
a
him
best of
off.
5 of that.
That was
Shit.
beautifully played. That is a real battle between
Hey,
two of our
look,
best
I'd
teams here.
I'd rather
And
make
that
those
is gonna
mistakes
set up
now.
for an
Okay,
exciting
we
final
run
week
into
where
those
we still
issues
do
now.
not
I'm fine
know
with
who
it.
is going to be the first place
We got a
team.
lot
We're
of
gonna
time.
have LYON still in the mix. We're gonna have TL versus C9 next week.
And it's a
gonna
good
make it
warm-up.
Crazy.
If TL beats C9 next week,
we know that
and then
Yawn can
LYON
step
beats
up in
their
these
opponent,
moments. We need Quid
all
to step
three
up
of them will be
later,
sitting at
but it'll be
6-1
fine.
At the very top of the table will be absolutely crazy.
Sucks that we lose.
Don't forget,
I agree.
chat now. Let us know who is your
Dampens
player
the
of the
C9
game.
series a
That'll- I mean,
little
Berserker
bit next
gets to
week.
end it with a pentakill.
It's gotta be Saint.
For sure.
It's still got to be Saint for
But
me. I agree
still
with
a very
that, but I
important
think
one.
Dokla also having an incredible performance in that.
LYON's going to be our
Everybody
best
did a
friend
really
because
good
if
job.
we beat
And now
C9,
we're
then
gonna
it's
be
a
heading
3-way
over
tie for
to
first.
The interview with Saint with the lounge. Take it away, y'all.
Whew, what a series as we wait for Saint. We got that last fight to watch one more time. Congratulations, Saint. Great silence.
Like they're like I know we're not going to be undefeated,
My
but
goodness.
like
I was busy flaming you.
dear God, like it's still
Are you okay?
I sat up so you can be there. Saint, we're gonna have this last fight up on the screen just because it was such a crazy end to that game. You were so fed on the Silas, but this last fight ended up still being crazy. We haven't even seen it the second time yet. How was the vibes of the team at the end of this game, Saint?
loss sucks.
I was like kind of throw at here. After that, maybe lose because of me. I was like pretty sad, but after I saw the Berserker pentakill, I just clapping.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I must feel good.
Close.
You're like low-key run it down, but then your team 1v9s.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and then they pick up the pentakill off the back. The one play that we really loved, Saint, from this game was this Baron play, because I felt like the game was so close. Like, this is not a good game state. You guys are down 1,000 gold, but your play here, stealing the Sejuani ultimate, and then finding Yawn was insane. So you E flash R before he can react, and you just win the fight off of it after you get the smite. Just such a crazy game. What do you think about this play?
Exactly the kind you want.
I was kind of hope to hit Jaya, not the Phil Lakan. And it worked.
It worked.
More about the Silas pick in general, because I thought it was a really great pick in this team composition. Was that your idea or more of a team decision?
In this team comp, I think I kind of want to just pick any and try to find the good angle, but my teammates, especially Inspired, think we should pick Silas because we have good ultis.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
There was, yeah?
Oh, sorry, go on.
There was Inspired idea.
What do you think of when Quid ran it down for the plate mid lane?
What?
When Quid ran down for the plate?
Oh, that was fun.
Ah.
Holy shit.
He was just running it down.
All right. Like
After that, now I can breathe.
Nice.
Soothsayer Spirit, thank you for the follow.
How are you feeling about the top lane situation? Because you added Castle to the team, and then he played game 2, but Doko played game 1 and 3. How has it been running 2 different top laners this week?
Hard to say, but like.
All right, let me catch up on chat. Silver Lining, Jose, edge it. Oh, no. Despite the loss, Jose Diodo is clear ahead of Inspired in terms of MVP. 100%.
Good into like the NBR or not the usually pick.
Yeah.
I think
Like it's genuinely between Jose and Vulcan right now. And I think anybody that disagrees with that, like we're not watching the same series.
You win player of the game for this game on the Silas.
Oh.
Doesn't matter that Berserker got the pentakill at the end.
Hello, proper Saint.
You
Oh
were
no.
dominating the game.
Saint
It
played
actually
well.
was 7 for 7.
Saint made so many good plays down the stretch. Berserker with the pentakill at the end was awesome for him.
And then, yeah, I mean, I think we heard a lot of your team comms today, like just from your team, especially from you and Inspired. So I guess just talk me through like what it's like in game and how you communicate with each other.
I think now I kind of focus on the like where we want to fight or what we want to do.
I think that Berserker for the MVP fave.
I
I mean, Berserker's got to be in the. I think Berserker might be entering the conversation, but like.
Sounds good. Today's
what
player of the game,
Inspired
he had
does
6
for
games today.
LYON is just like
appreciate
so
all of you
important for
the
their
win.
shot calling.
Thank you.
Back and forth series. Series 1, Masu wins at game 1. APA wins at game 2. Sven takes it home in game 3. And then this series that we just saw.
Inspired fanboy, so obviously
Saint.
LYON win by Phil. Hey, don't feel bad for me.
For the Twisted Fate, I think it was really close between.
Don't feel bad for me at all. Okay.
Jose won game 2.
That was a
and then
fun
you take
series.
Home game 3. Also a special shout out.
There
to
it is.
Vulcan
I
and
will
Labber.
take.
They both reached 300 career.
I will
LCS
take
wins today.
losses. Like losing
For some reason, it looks
sucks.
like-
It
I guess
does.
they
But
won two, so Vulcan's one win ahead of
if we're
Labber
gonna
somehow.
lose, I want to
Unless
lose
they're
in
giving
series
the
like that,
tiebreaker off of
where everybody has a great
Yes,
time.
that is correct.
It's
Okay.
entertaining.
So Vulcan's at 300
We're all
wins,
having
Labber
fun.
at 300.
Like this is what good like North American League of Legends should be like, where even you know 10 like not saying even 10K down, it should be an even fight. That's a
support rosters, and also the
whole
player of the
different
week
point.
this week.
But just
Saint, we're just giving you all the awards. You get the interview, player of the game.
yeah,
and
Saint
also
deserve.
player
Yeah,
of
that
the
makes
week.
sense.
29 and 14?
Nice.
Yeah, Saint deserved to be player of the week. I think that's
Twisted Fate,
entirely fair.
Ari and Silas. I thought even in a lot of portions of that Ari game you were doing
Not flashy enough.
pretty well.
I mean,
but,
Core JJ's an MVP.
Congratulations again. You were. APA was saying what a good angle this Twisted Fate was in
Yeah, it was a good
Aframo was an
I
MVP.
think, of course, lane's hard, but if you make it past the lane, and especially when bot lane wins is hard, it's like free win.
I mean, if board is like this bullet hard, then I can just pick and I hopefully our board can carry after my first ulti.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was thinking. After the first ult bot and then the double kill, I thought the game was just over.
I think so.
Yeah, solid TF play. Just really clutch Silas play. We kept saying.
Dude, next week is gonna be fun. Like, I don't think you guys Saturday's series next week are going to be so fucking good.
The LCS.
So good.
You're also the
like this week was fun. Next week, other than the dig match, which does have a lot of meaning for Sentinels, by the way. Sentinels, if they win, can catapult further up in the standings. Oh, Gamba payout. You are entirely right.
Double crab.
You are entirely right. Let me do that.
When he killed at 528 in that third game. And then lost again.
There we go. And we had the poll. The poll ended with 56% Lion, by the way.
Fastest to 100 CS after coming in to DSG this week.
Rough week for Castle.
Good for him.
Surdy wins 2 games. Castle loses 1. He's got plenty of time to continue to improve online. And this is where we are now with the standings at the end of the day. A lot in store for next week because it is a battle.
Oh, God. Next week is so big.
APA and Cloud9, 6-0. You guys will be playing Team Liquid. LYON is also 5-1.
Yeah.
So there is
okay. So the importance of this is that FlyQuest, DSG, and Sentinels can all catapult each other, and Disguised and Sentinels could also miss playoffs. Look at this Saturday.
Ooh.
Shopify DSG.
I think it kind of has to be Team Liquid C9, honestly, because that's what.
No, Team Liquid C9 is important.
Match, but it's also,
it is,
again,
but like. This right here is series of the week.
Facing off against each other,
because both of these teams could technically miss playoffs with a loss. Like this is series of the week. Saturday is so stacked.
So if I lose and Saint wins, does that make Saint first place?
It will depend on the game
how does it all work?
It'll depend
on the game. Okay, game score.
Game score within the 3-way tie.
Yeah.
So between UTL and LYON.
Okay, that's a very important distinction, and that means if we go back further. TL needs to. We need the 2-0 tomorrow or 2-0 on Saturday to stand a chance with game score, and then LYON. We need FlyQuest to take a game off of LYON to be able to even the game score, and then we'll see about the tiebreaker from there.
Oh.
Yeah, and then you'll be able to pick your opponent in the first round of the playoffs, which will either be.
Pick me in playoffs then.
Okay.
Okay.
We have it all decided. But if you're looking for more NA League, check out the NA.
All right, folks. I need to record a YouTube video for tomorrow.
On
I'm gonna get that done, record it, and start editing. I'll have the TL highlights from the series out within the next hour and a half. Anything else to note? Not really. I think I'll be live maybe a bit tomorrow night. Not 100% sure. But I got a busy night ahead, so I got to get to lighting the dogs out real quick, and then cutting the YouTube video, and then I got a long night ahead of content. So I will catch you all later. Let me end the TikTok stream.
As always, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific for Team Liquid versus Cloud9 battle for first place.
And don't forget, we're watching it at the bar at OSNYC next week.
See you later.
Bye.
I'm looking away, guys. Here. Where's knocked up? Where's knocked up?
All right. Let me raid somebody real quick. There's nobody of note that I'm following on to raid. Got it. Screw it. We'll raid the LCS, and then you guys will get distributed wherever they go. All right. Y'all have a great night, okay? I'll catch you around. 2, 1.